Hello and welcome to Slash Cinema, the show where we watch and rank entire horror film franchises so you don't have to. My name is Justin Ashley, and joining me, as always, is the man with a million hot takes, Mark Skews.
Ghoulie, 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 ghoulie.
Just spoil it right off the bat what we're doing. Yeah, just right off the hop. Mark, we have returned once again, as we always do. Slash Cinema is constantly being resurrected from cancellation
Feels
on
like
YouTube.
It,
Our last episode was a addendum episode, a point one, if you will. First time we ever did this. Mark, what did we tackle? We tackled, do you remember the movie?
We had an extra entry in the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise, so we had to come back, figure out how we were going to do this.
Correct.
I think we did a decent job, given there's no easy way to handle something like that.
I was very happy with how that video turned out. If you have not seen it, check it out. It is Slash Cinema episode 8.1. 8.1, and it is literally just a full-on review of Silent Night, Deadly Night 2025, which was the newest entry in that franchise. And then we re-ranked the franchise with that new movie in mind. Mm-hmm. But we're not here to talk about killer Santa Clauses. We're not here to talk about Nazi, neo-Nazi rallies.
That's right.
If you don't know what we're talking about, guess you haven't seen the episode.
Go check it out.
Go check it out. We are here to talk about the one, the only, the illustrious, the critically acclaimed, top of the top horror franchise, Ghoulies.
That's right.
Mark, this was my pick.
It was.
Do you remember why I picked Ghoulies?
So you want to do this theme of creature features.
Correct.
For maybe the next few picks of yours?
Yes, correct.
Don't worry, faithful viewer. I will keep us at least having an intermittent non-creature feature selection.
Yeah, Mark's not. Yeah, Mark's not part of. Mark's, just to be clear, Mark isn't in on this. This was my idea. Mark was kind of like, okay, I'm not doing that. But.
I remember when you presented me with the box last time, and I opened it up, and I was like, oh, okay, sure.
Oh, right. This was a box pick.
This was a box pick.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Because this was, what was the franchise we tackled after, what was your pick after Howling? I don't even remember. It was so memorable.
Yeah.
What the hell was it? It was your pick. This was 2 episodes ago. Because it was when we had the box.
Yeah.
If you have not seen it, go watch it.
Apparently, we haven't seen it.
It is our best episode to date. We can't not know this. We can't not know this. What the fuck was it?
Actually,
Phantasm.
There we go.
It was Phantasm.
You had Silent Night, Deadly Night in my brain after we
I know, it's funny.
About
That's what I was thinking about. I was thinking Silent Night and then Howling, and I could not remember Phantasm. Yeah, that was actually a great episode. That was a good pick. Because a lot of people wanted to watch Phantasm, wanted us to talk about it. Yep. So that was good. So yeah, Mark's kind of just doing his own thing. He's not really a part of the creature feature. Or maybe he is. We'll see. I don't know. We want the next couple planned out. We're not going to spoil anything just yet. Ghoulies.
Yeah.
Rolls right off the tongue.
It does. It kind of does, actually.
It kind of does. Yeah. Mark, I picked Ghoulies. So I wanted to do this theme after Howling. I decided, I was like, I want a theme this year.
Yeah.
Because I noticed when I was looking, I'm like, we've done a lot of slashers.
Yep.
There's a lot of subgenres we haven't really covered, and creature features was one of them. So I was like, there's a lot of creature feature franchises on this list. I'm like, let's knock off a bunch this year. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that'll make for fun viewing, but also kind of fun comparison on a few of these. Now, in case you're wondering, why are you guys doing Ghoulies first? Why aren't you doing Gremlins? And why aren't you doing Critters? So Gremlins was never going to happen because...
they don't have enough entries.
Correct.
Yeah.
Gremlins only has 2 entries, and the animated Secrets of the Mogwai bullshit kids show doesn't count.
Nope.
So only 2 entries. I don't really want to talk about Gremlins. Those are masterpiece films. That's a good example of I don't know how much more I could add. I don't know what more I could say that hasn't already been said about those perfect films. I love them. Do you like the Gremlins movies?
Oh yeah, of course.
They're phenomenal. Critters. Maybe it's going to be talked about at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the list.
They have enough.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Critters, there's 5. There's 5 Critters films. Ghoulies, 4 entries.
Yep.
4 entries. Why I picked Ghoulies. Critters, I had seen Critters 1. I'd never seen a single Ghoulies movie.
Myself as well. Yeah.
And if you recall, I kept bringing up Ghoulies on the program. This was just one of those weird things where like we were watching Wishmaster and Peter Liapis, I think the main guy's name is. He was like a cameo in that movie, and then there was somebody else that was like in one of the Ghoulies movies, and I brought it up. And there's a specific Ghoulies movie that the title tickles me so much. I love saying it, so I've referenced it several times on the show. That would be the third Ghoulies
That's
film.
right. Yep.
So it just was a franchise I wanted to talk about, but really, the reason we're doing Ghoulies is Howling.
Yeah, I was waiting for this. I'm like, there's another reason why this one in particular came up, because we could have done like Critters first.
Yeah.
But this one in particular, why did you choose this one over anything else?
So it's just Ghoulies was in my brain. I'd never seen any of them. But Critters, I'd seen the first one. So I love watching shit I haven't seen.
Yep.
And my favorite thing about this show is just going into the unknown, uncharted territory, especially for franchises that start in the 80s or early 90s. Mm-hmm. That shit, because to me, that's like the golden era of horror. Yeah. So that shit always fascinates. Just like, what gems are we gonna pull back from us? Like, take back with us on our journey, right? Yeah. So, Ghoulies intrigued me more than Critters did. So I was always gonna pick Ghoulies first, but the other reason I picked Ghoulies was Howling pissed me off so much.
There it is.
I've still been going on about Howling.
Every time you and I have talked since then, it always comes up how difficult a time you had with that franchise, how just angry you were.
I was miserable.
Yeah.
That is without a doubt my least favorite franchise we've ever talked about.
Yep.
The quality of that is absolute garbo. And it's one of those examples of like sometimes we watch some of this shit and we go, well, that time's gone. I just lost that time. The majority of that franchise, I had that feeling there was just nothing to take out of those movies. Yeah. Like there was no smile, just brief moments. I got more joy out of torturing you on that podcast than I did watching those movies.
The actual movies.
Yeah. So I was so pissy about it that I just needed a palate cleanser. And I was like, Ghoulies, it's 4 entries,
it's goofy.
It's light, it's goofy. It's
going to be goofy.
There's no way a franchise called Ghoulies is going to be serious in any sense of the word.
And of course, like the image that, whether you've seen them or not, the image that you associate with this is this one over here of the ghoulie coming out of the toilet, right? So, to Justin's point, if you're looking for something, even if you haven't seen them, if you're looking for something that is just going to be a lighthearted good time, this is a good pick.
Yeah.
Right.
So
it's 4 entries as well. So I
light,
think that's the other thing with the Howling.
It was 8.
That's right. If your franchise is trash, but it's only a commitment of 4 or 5 movies, whatever.
We can let it go.
But 8 movies, that's a long time to have to invest in something that you right away, very early, is not going to get any better.
No.
Like by the second or third entry, I remember we were like, oh my God, we still have like 5 of these.
Dropped right off.
But with something like this, even if it's terrible, I mean, they're all under 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I think one of them might be like 92.
I think one of them's like 84 minutes.
It was really short.
It's like borderline, not a feature length film.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, good pick. Good pick. And the other thing too, and I was thinking about this morning, one of the reasons why I like doing this show with you is we get to, you kind of hinted at it, right? You said watching things that you hadn't watched before, but I would take that a step further and say watching things that I probably would never take the opportunity to watch if it weren't for the fact that we're committed to doing the show and picking things that we wanted to. So like I was thinking about it. I'm like, I probably would never pick up a Ghoulies movie and watch it on my own if I wasn't driven to do that to support the show. Right. So, and sometimes you get duds, sometimes you get winners, sometimes you get sort of a balance in between. But the mystery of sort of opening
it's the grab bag. It's the box.
Opening Justin's Pandora's box and finding out what you're going to get is all part of the fun.
That's part of the fun. Yeah, absolutely. These are things that as kids we might have watched, in the video rental days. Yeah. But as adults, we probably would skip a lot of these.
That's right.
I don't know how quickly you would go out of your way to see Ghoulies 3 or Ghoulies 4 when you've got newer modern things calling your attention over here, right? So that's the magic of slash cinema, folks. Yeah. The magic of slash cinema. So as usual, we will be ranked. We're going to go through them in chronological order. Release order. I always say chronological.
You always do it backwards.
Release order. We're
Release
going
order.
through these in release order. So we're starting from the original 1984, going
Yep.
to the final entry. I think it was 1984 is the first. 94 is the last entry. Ghoulies 4. We're gonna go through them one by one, and as we do, we will be ranking them worst to best ranking. And as always, we have a question to answer.
We do.
Mark, what is our question?
What is your favorite Ghoulie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best and worst Ghoulie. Best and worst. Did you do a worst?
I didn't do a worst.
Oh, you
but
didn't do a worst?
I can come up with one. Didn't we do this last time? Like,
I'm pretty sure I did text you best and worst Ghoulie.
I'm going to check that.
That's fine. You can verify it. Oh, here, I'll put a screen capture of the text on the screen right now. I'm certain I texted that. I'm pretty confident you'll be able to come up with a worst one pretty easily.
Yeah, I had no trouble coming up with many worst ones. So
Yeah,
so the struggle will be trying to figure out which one I
I'll
think
go
is the
first
worst.
on that, and
Yeah.
I guarantee you will be on my side. So I actually didn't pick an individual Ghoulie. I went for the overall. So I went groups of Ghoulies.
Okay.
So I have my favorite group of Ghoulies and my least favorite group of Ghoulies.
Yeah,
So
I'm prepared with both.
so this will be this will be, you Mark.
Because I wasn't sure what you meant either. I'm like, did he mean like which?
I didn't mean which individual
yeah.
Ghoulie, but you know what? I would love to know, Mark. I want to know which individual unnamed Ghoulie.
Well, you're gonna get them both.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I think that's more than enough waffling.
One piece of business before we get started.
Oh wow, this sounds serious. What?
Your angels.
Angels.
So remember a couple episodes ago, you made a promise that
I made a joke.
some people in the comments are holding us to this, that if the Angels win the World Series,
Are they actually doing well?
they're not. No, they're near the bottom.
You legit. For a second there, I was like, are they? Because I thought they were a trash team. I thought that was the whole
they're
point of
still a
that
trash
movie.
team.
Okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
you're
Yeah.
yeah. I thought I'd just update you on that.
For a second there, I was like,
tried to scare you a little
I'm
bit.
like, are the Angels actually like? I thought maybe they're having a good season or something.
No, they're
Yeah.
not. But
Okay.
I checked this morning. I was like, ooh. Are we gonna have to make good on that promise that he made? No, there's no chance of that happening.
They're not.
this year.
They have no chance of going into the World Series. Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. How far in the season is baseball right now? Like 3/4? Or something?
No, we're not even halfway. So there's still time.
So they could turn it around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But-
let's hold on. Slow your roll there. All right. Slow your roll. All right. Danny Glover hasn't even shown up
That's
yet.
right.
Yeah.
That's
The Christopher Lloyd has not shown up yet to to intervene. So in fact,
I love that you know more about the kids movie than you do the actual sport.
the kids movie tells you everything you need to know about Major League Baseball.
That's true.
Okay. It's exactly how a real team functions.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a zero to hero underdog
It
tale.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the type of positive messages we used to put out in the 90s. It's no more than enough waffling. Let's get into it, starting with the one that kicked it off. From 1984, this is Ghoulies. So, I want to comment here on the release year because there's a bit of controversy.
Because I have it written as
85?
something as 85. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much for bringing this up.
Technically, it is if you look on IMDb, it is technically a 1984 film. So why is that the case? It had a very short release in 84.
Okay.
And so because of that, technically it's an 84 film. The wide release was in January of 85. And part of the reason for that was a lawsuit from Warner Brothers. So Gremlins also releases in 1984. I think it was like a summer release or a mid-year release. Okay, so months before Ghoulies had come out. Warner Brothers gets wind of Ghoulies. Weirdly, so in case you're wondering, like, oh, did Ghoulies rip off Gremlins? No, these are parallel thinking separate productions.
Yeah.
That were similar
Yeah.
in that they had a little creature, and then the title of the movie was a G sounding, Gremlins, Ghoulies.
Right. Which is enough in Hollywood to get, backs up. Right?
Yeah. So then Warner Bros. Gets wind of this, sues the production, sues Charlie Band.
Yep.
Charles Band wins that. So they get to use, they were suing them over basically the problem was Ghoulies. They wanted them to change the title. Because originally Ghoulies was under the production title Beasties, which is a terrible name for a film.
Ghoulies so much better.
Ghoulies is so much better, right. So Charles Band wins that, but because of all that bullshit, it delayed the production.
Yeah.
So that's why it ended up being released so late. So it technically would have released around the same time as Gremlins. I don't know if that would have helped or hurt them. It probably would have hurt them.
Yeah.
Because then
You don't want to be competing against
you would have
Gremlins.
really had to have competed against, a Spielberg movie. And it's like, oh yeah, you're not winning that battle. Yeah.
Especially when you see what this turns out to be.
What
right?
this movie actually is. But so I'm counting it as an 84 film. Because in my opinion, if it went into any theaters in 84, that's the
If
release
somebody
year.
saw it,
Yeah.
then that's when it was.
Yeah, so I think it had like a small screening. I think it was specifically for like ratings purposes or some shit. But IMDb has it listed as 1984. But Wikipedia has it listed as 1985.
Yeah.
Because it comes out a wide release in the January of 85. So I know, isn't this fascinating? I know. You're like, shut up and get to the plot.
God.
Okay. Well, Mark, I'm going to surprise you.
Okay.
Or I'm not. You might agree with me. It's only 4 Ghoulies films, just to remind you. I am putting Ghoulies 1 as number 4.
Ooh, okay. All right. Maybe you and I are a little closer than I thought. I have it at number 3.
This movie is boring as shit.
Yeah.
This is not the Ghoulies that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that.
Right.
This is way too fucking serious for this subject matter. And I did not dig this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
I
in this
love
movie.
that you said that because I think the seriousness that you didn't like, I kind of I wouldn't say I liked it, but I thought it was amusing. Well,
they take the subject matter like way too seriously, but the props don't really fit that.
No.
So and not like.
But it helped me like stay kind of fixed to the movie. I'm like, oh my god, you're
going for it.
The actors,
Yeah, you're going for it. Yeah,
going
they
for
take it 100%
Oscars.
seriously. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the plot.
Yeah.
So it opens with close-up shots of strange creatures before revealing we're at some sort of satanic cult gathering. The cult is about to sacrifice a baby when a woman from the group interrupts their ritual, crying out to the leader that he promised not to hurt the child. I assume that's the baby's mother. She then places a pendant around the baby's neck for protection, not much unlike
unlike this one.
The pendant that I have right here that was a fantastic Amazon purchase.
Good job on the costume, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I repurposed the Children of the Corn, my cult costume from there. But as you notice, I have accessorized this one. It is now
works.
It's cult themed now. You can see I got my satanic pentagram. I got my protection pendant. I got a moon because why not? And it's all there.
Good
man.
work.
Just like the movie.
It's all
what's
there.
funny? I actually tried to find another cult, like satanic cult costume, because I was like, I want to get like a red or a blue one or something. I struggled. Yeah, I struggled. I found a white one, but I didn't think that.
Who would have thought that would be hard to find?
What's that?
Who would have thought that would be hard to find?
Yeah, I know. You'd think this should be easy to get. The woman, the mother's name. Did you recognize her? We've seen her before.
Have we?
We just saw her actually at the start of this year. The mother is played by Victoria Catlin from Howling 5.
Oh, that's why.
She was one of the Howling 5 people. Yeah, she was also in Twin Peaks. It was
I recognize the cult leader.
Oh, I didn't recognize the cult leader.
Yeah.
Who was that guy?
That was his name is Michael DeBar. I recognize him from an episode of Seinfeld. You'll remember there's an episode of Seinfeld where Jerry brings his car to, I think it was a restaurant, and the valet driver
Stinks.
has BO,
Yeah.
and it's Michael DeBars is the maitre d' of the restaurant. That Jerry.
That's a really weird deep cut. Good
like,
for
as
you.
soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh, I know you. How do I know you?
Such a weird deep cut. Good call.
I mean, he's a
catch.
fairly accomplished musician as well. But
he looked like someone that would have been like in an 80s hair metal group or something.
many bands, But it's sadly, unfortunately, Michael, full credit to you, but I recognize you from Seinfeld, one of the smallest credits that you probably have.
Well, why don't I just bring up another cameo that comes up instantly?
Yep.
So, unable to harm the child now, the cult leader shouts for the baby to be removed. One of the cult members, named Wolfgang, played by... Did you catch who this guy was?
No.
Frequent David Lynch collaborator Jack Nance.
Okay.
You recognize Jack Nance? He can't. I'll throw his picture up here. But Jack Nance, if I showed you a picture of him, you'd be like, "Oh, I've seen him in things." Yeah. But Jack Nance also shout out to Kevin, our David Lynch. Actually, shout out to Kevin and our friend Paul, both of whom are huge David Lynch fans. Jack Nance appears in a lot of David Lynch work. He's in Twin Peaks quite a bit. So
the only David Lynch movie that I recognize is Dune. So
the best of
the only that yes, that's right.
The best
Kevin.
There is. Yeah. So Wolfgang takes the child away. The leader then demands the mother takes the baby's place, and something strange starts happening to her before we cut to the title card and opening credits. We then jump ahead 25 years later as Jack Nance starts narrating, revealing the cult leader was the child's father and is now dead. The baby, now grown up, named Jonathan, played by...
his name is... Liapis?
Yeah, Peter Liapis. Yeah. Two-time Slash Cinema alumni Peter Liapis, technically, because he was in, he had a cameo in Wishmaster.
Right.
Which I'm going to struggle to put the image on the screen.
Did you go back and find it?
I struggled to find it. It must be like a blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah.
I caught the Tom Savini. It's in the scene where they're in the pharmacy, and apparently he's one of the pharmacy attendants. Yeah, see, like you remember Reggie Bannister.
We were so focused on that.
Reggie, but apparently it's like Savini and him are the two guys in the pharmacy. I don't know.
Well, there you go.
Either I put the image on the screen or I couldn't be bothered. So Jonathan has now inherited his evil father's mansion and is showing his new estate to his girlfriend Becky. We also meet a much older Wolfgang who is now the mansion's caretaker. While exploring his new home, Jonathan discovers the cult's lair in the basement, including his father's robe and handbook. Jonathan becomes immediately obsessed with reading the book, and Rebecca wants to throw a housewarming party. So they throw a party where we meet some of John's friends, including Playboy Dick, a weirdo named Mark, sounds about right, Donna, and a couple other partiers. John suggests the group perform a satanic ritual from his father's handbook. Everyone agrees, and they head into the basement where John directs them and takes the lead. John begins the ritual reciting words in a strange language as the rest of the group keeps fucking with him. Despite John's very serious attempt, the ritual appears to have failed, and the group heads back upstairs. But soon, a strange rat-looking creature manifests in the chalk shape John drew on the basement floor. Ooh. The next day, John informs Rebecca he's going to take a break from college to fix up the house. Rebecca criticizes the idea and shows her concern for John's well-being.
I just think I should take some time off. Stay home and fix this place up. Look, I walked around this place all day today. I thought of all these great things I could do.
Terrific. Well, can't you just wait until you've graduated to fix up the house?
No, I can't wait. I got this urge to do it now. Look, when I inherited this house, I inherited a lot of responsibility.
Wasting no time, John gets to work cleaning up the mansion as Wolfgang narrates that John is quickly being drawn in by the evil forces in the house. John gifts Rebecca a protective talisman on a necklace and warns her to never take it off. I assumed that was the same one that he had as a baby.
I think that's
the implication, because that comes up again in a later entry, that talisman thing. John continues to act strangely, including fasting to the concern of his girlfriend Rebecca. John performs another ritual and summons several more demonic creatures, which I will now refer to as Ghoulies.
Mm-hmm.
This just occurred to me. Do they ever call them Ghoulies? Like
I don't think anyone references that.
But at any point in any of these films, does anyone say, look at those little Ghoulies? Or do they just call them like creatures or demons? Like this didn't occur to me until this second.
Yeah. What's on the cover of the comic? We'll get there, but...
Oh, that's the third one, yeah.
Ghoul...
No, it's like
something...
Tales of Ghoul or something. No,
Ghoulish Tales?
Ghoulish Tales, Ghoulish Tales.
So that's probably about as close as you get.
Is this another example of like Hellraiser where the Cenobites aren't named? We only know their names because of the toys and merchandise.
Outside of the movies,
yeah. So it's like we're only calling them Ghoulies because the merchandising material calls them Ghoulies. But like the in-universe doesn't actually call them Ghoulies.
Right.
I don't know. If at any point somebody says Ghoulies, I'm going to cut to the clip right now.
Appear before me, Yagan Ghoulie.
I genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
And this didn't occur to me until this very moment. I'm going to call them Ghoulies because that's what they are, and it's convenient for me to do these plots, but yeah, I don't know. John then declares himself the Ghoulies' master and instructs them to remain on the mansion grounds and follow his every command. Rebecca catches John performing a ritual in the basement wearing his father's satanic robe and storms off. She confronts him, but he lies, saying he's only messing around with the occult stuff to try and learn more about what happened to his dead parents. He also swears he'll never do it again. But then John starts conducting a ritual while having sex, with his girlfriend, like immediately after. Right. It's like, I'm looking at my timestamps, and I'm like, it's like 5 minutes after that? Like, damn, all right. So then, fed up, Rebecca finally is like, fuck this, and she leaves him and storms off. John continues performing satanic rituals and summons 2 little people dressed as medieval warriors. Now we're cooking, baby. Now we're having some fun. John speaks to the little servants who reveal their names are Grizel and Greedygut.
Yep.
Yeah, I wrote that down. They inform John there is a master ritual that he must perform to have all the things he wishes for. But to perform it is very dangerous and will require 7 other people besides himself. Where is he going to find these people? Rebecca comes to the house and begs John to come with her, but he reveals he's too far gone, and he does this by lowering his glasses to show his tainted green eyes, and you can clearly tell one of the green contact lenses has slipped, and it makes his one eye look really wonky, and the production people were like,
just go
good enough. Did you just catch this?
I didn't, but now I want to see it.
So he's got green contact lenses in, and they put a black pupil on both of them, and the one lens has clearly slipped, so the pupil's like up here, so it just looks like his one right eye is just wonky as shit. And they left it in.
That's good.
They probably didn't catch it till after, and then they were like, we're not reshooting this. Yeah. And they couldn't fix it in post. There's no CGI to just easily fix that, right? Rebecca then tries to leave, but John uses some kind of mind control on her. So now the stage is set for the master ritual as John throws a dinner party with all his friends in attendance. John successfully performs the ritual, bringing his dead father back to life. And this all culminates in a mansion full of killer ghoulies and, of course, a showdown between John and his resurrected father. Mm-hmm. Ooh. That is the plot of Ghoulies I. And it is not what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be dumb and stupid, and it is very serious.
Yep.
Like, there's some goofy shit here. So let me kick this off and Mark, jump in at any point here. So this is a Charles Band production. Do you know anything about Charles Band?
Yeah, you expect a certain type of movie from Charles Band.
Yeah, or Charlie Band, whatever you want to call him. So Charles Band, for those that don't know, he's the founder of Full Moon Productions. Full Moon Productions was previously known as Empire Pictures, which is actually what Ghoulies, I think 1 and 2 were released under. I believe they're Empires. Empire then went tits up and then became Full Moon. Do you know another major movie that Empire Pictures distributed? Do you know this one?
Don't.
Reanimator?
Oh, I knew he was involved with it. I didn't know that he actually...
So that was it. Empire Pictures also distributed Reanimator. So Charles Band, his whole claim to fame is like, he was aimed at the home video market.
Yep.
He was all about, let's make decently budgeted, not like they're low budgeted, but decently low budgeted films with a lot of practical effects, and let's pump those out to the home video market.
Right.
Now, some of his stuff did have theatrical runs, but they were very short theatrical runs. He was mostly aiming at that video rental store shelf.
And for those of you not old enough to remember, like the mid '80s was chock full of this, right? Like the format wars, VHS versus beta. The idea of being able to watch movies at home was really becoming popular at the time. So it was a common strategy and a profitable one to make movies specifically for people to watch on home formats, right? Today that wouldn't even really be a consideration. It's almost like movies are only go into the theaters now so that you can bring them to home viewing. But there was a time when if you wanted to watch a movie, you had to do it in the theater. And now with the with these home formats becoming more popular and affordable for people to actually own themselves, studios, there was some like Charles Band who set out to create movies really just for you to watch at home.
Yeah, he was trying to create franchises that would just fill up the rental store shelves. And he did it successfully. I mean, he's responsible for Puppet Master and among other franchises. Ghoulies, obviously one of them.
Yeah.
But his whole thing was like, all of his productions tend to be easily consumable media. It's not high art.
That's right.
His stuff is very simple horror, sci-fi, but it's like there's not high artistry here.
That's right.
Yeah, they're just easy to digest type of movies. So this film sets you up where it makes you think this is going to be goofy and campy. So it starts off the opening credits theme. Did you catch this?
No.
The opening credits, I'm going to play a bit of it here in a sec. It sounds like the Danny Elfman, like Beetlejuice theme.
I don't know why I have that in my, so maybe I am thinking about it.
Yeah, it kind of has that vibe. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, it's kind of just, it's got a vibe to it where you're like, okay, we're going to have a little bit of a fun ride here, right? And we've definitely got some 80s cheese.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt. Most of it comes though from the party scenes at the mansion. Right. Anytime that group of friends are together, that's your typical cheesy schlocky 80s.
I made a note. One of the cameo appearances is by an actor named Scott Thompson.
Oh, okay.
Who was also, he's kind of the funny guy that you would recognize him throughout the movie. He's the one that's usually making the comments, giggling and laughing throughout. He was also in Police Academy and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. So that's the kind of actor that you're getting in this movie.
Which makes sense. Yeah. So all the scenes with them are kind of fun. Like they have some stupid little things. There is a hilarious shot in this movie that made me really cackle. It's when John is like hosting a dinner party and for some fucking reason he's like, everyone's got to wear sunglasses. And they're all wearing like ridiculous 80s sunglasses. And it makes for such a funny image that you're seeing. I'm guessing it's because John wanted to explain why he had to wear sunglasses.
No, interestingly enough, I read this somewhere.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's true, but originally I think the intention was they wanted to have 3D scenes in the movie. And so the way that they were going to indicate to the audience when to put their glasses on was when the
characters.
That's right.
Okay.
And then I guess eventually they realized they couldn't do it.
So now it just makes for a stupid, makes for an odd scene.
The funny thing is, though, is that you watch it today, you're like, that's the most 80s thing I've ever seen.
Tell me, why are we wearing these ridiculous glasses? I can barely see what I'm eating.
It's all part of the evening I have planned. It's going to be great.
People wearing sunglasses to a dinner party where they're all
indoors.
dressed up.
Yeah, indoors. So and they're wearing wild sunglasses.
Right,
too.
In a way, so it kind of stays perfectly exactly what I would expect. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you want to, I want this to be cheesy. I want this to be tongue in cheek. I want to have fun with this movie, but this fucking film plays it so straight. I would say the majority of this movie it's trying to be a serious horror film.
Yeah.
Like a serious movie about satanic cults and demon creatures named Ghoulies. But I mean, I guess they don't call them that in the movie. But so my biggest issue with this movie, on top of it, I don't think the serious tone works. I think it goes against what the subject matter should have been. The majority of this film is boring as fuck. Mm-hmm. And here's why. We're just following John doing rituals.
That's right.
So much of the runtime of this film is John just fucking around in the basement doing rituals, fucking around outside the mansion doing rituals, talking to the ghoulies, talking to the little people, dwarf minion guys.
Yep.
Like, he doesn't really have any character growth. None of his friends have any character growth. So you're just left with scenes of a guy who almost immediately succumbs to the dark arts and is just performing rituals, none of which are fun, none of which have any crazy things happening. It's boring.
Yeah.
Command thee, creature of the water, bring forth life.
Did you agree with me on those?
I do. I think it's interesting that you. So I'm with you. It definitely, the tone of this movie never figures itself out, right? All of the live action actors think they're in a serious horror movie, but then you have off to the side these goofy puppet ghoulies that aren't really a part of the story, but they are. I mean, the whole movie is named after them, but they don't really play much of a part in it. And whenever they're around, it's kind of for jokes, for fun. But when they're not on screen, you would think that it's one of the most serious horror movies you've ever seen, right? Surprisingly, I mean, I didn't like it, but it did keep my interest enough to be like, wow, how did they kind of get this so wrong throughout the whole movie?
Yeah.
So in a strange way, it held my interest. And I think we're going to have this debate as we come out, and I'm starting to see sort of, I think, where you're going to go with this.
Make the Ghoulies do things.
Right.
And let's have fun with the Ghoulies.
Right.
I don't want, but a recurring theme, this is going to come up many times.
Yep.
A lot of these films, the Ghoulies are not the main thing.
That's right. So,
and they're like tacked on to
right.
another movie.
Yes. I had Nightmare on Elm Street 2 vibes of this. Remember the thing with Nightmare on Elm Street 2 was, the director wanted to tell a story that he wanted to tell, but then he was told, like, you got to make this a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Yeah.
So it basically, like, it almost feels like the creators of this movie had this horror movie in mind
about
this
satanic cults, but then somebody else was like, yeah, but gremlins.
You gotta shove this in.
It's got to be something.
And this is going to happen throughout this franchise. So I've got a question for you.
Specifically in two of them.
Yeah. I have a question for you, and I want you to think about as we go through these.
Sure.
Is this movie better or worse for including the Ghoulies themselves?
So in this movie, it's better for it.
Okay, yeah.
But in other ones, no.
It will not always remain the case.
No, it will not always remain the case, yeah.
I feel like when I was watching it, I'm like, if you take them out, you probably have a, maybe not well executed, but you have a decent satanic cult movie.
You just got to do more things.
Right.
But yeah.
But because the Ghoulies aren't really a part of it, I mean, they are ultimately the antagonists that go around killing some of the partygoers.
Well, let's talk about the Ghoulies here for a second. So the Ghoulies, because I mean, the biggest direct comparison is, of course, Critters and Gremlins. Mm-hmm. What are the Ghoulies? So the Ghoulies are, my interpretation was, they are demonic creatures that get summoned from some other dimension or some other realm or some shit. And the way they are portrayed on screen is they are practical animatronic puppets. Sometimes they look okay.
Sometimes they absolutely don't.
Sometimes they look like trash.
Yeah.
So they really look like derpy, kind of melted gremlin puppets.
Right.
And because like the Gremlins puppets look incredible.
That's right.
These do not. And I don't want to shit on the lower production, but they don't look great.
Yeah.
Some of the shots look okay, but I find a lot of them, I'm just like, yeah, that just looks like a crappier. It looks like the knockoff version of the Gremlins.
Yeah, they look like toys that they kind of just tried to use in a movie. Anytime they try to move them, they look bad.
They're very stiff. They're very stiff.
A lot of times they're superimposed onto the film frame. So
They don't have a lot of articulation in their
Right,
face.
yeah.
They can't do them. But again, the odd shot actually looks pretty good. In this movie, their function's kind of interesting. Mark, what, in your opinion, what was the function of the Ghoulies in this? Because every one of them, they changed this.
Yeah.
In this movie, what do the Ghoulies do?
the best I could come up was that they are servants of the big bad.
Right.
Right.
Correct. So the way I interpret it was whoever summons them, it could have been John's dad or John.
Yeah.
They answer to him.
Yeah.
So they're like little minions that go around and do his bidding. They're almost, so this was another thing I wondered. Are the Ghoulies meant to be scary? Because in this one, I kind of get the feeling they're kind of almost like pets. Like most of the time, they kind of just sit around, and like there's this one shot where John is like reading a book on a chair, and one of the Ghoulies is on
Just
the
sitting
armrest,
off to the side.
and it kind of is so adorable and cute that I'm just kind of like, I want a Ghoulie. Like
I think the intention was probably that they were supposed to be, but the actual things themselves, the props, just didn't pull it off.
no,
right?
they're not really scary
Yeah.
looking. They're kind of cute. They're almost a little derpy. They look kind of like.
And the music that they use, although not as zany as some of the music maybe you'll see in some of the later entries, doesn't necessarily paint a horrifying picture. It's definitely more for goof,
Right.
for playing for goof, right?
And then, in case you're wondering, like, well, you know, the Ghoulies attack people, right? So they do, but they don't until like it doesn't happen until like the last 20 minutes of the runtime.
Yeah.
The last 20 minutes of the runtime, all of a sudden the Ghoulies start attacking people.
Yeah.
And I think it's because the whole ritual thing where it's like, we need 7 people. You got to sacrifice all your friends. So I'm guessing that's why the Ghoulies are doing that, because John has instructed them to kill those people so that their deaths count towards their body count for the ritual. That was my interpretation. But also a more cynical interpretation would be, oh, they just needed something to happen at this point in the runtime.
They've got to have some conflict.
Because
And
otherwise
it
they
is-
weren't doing anything.
It's still technically a horror movie, right?
And also the kills aren't.
Yeah.
No, there's no good kills. I don't think debatably there's any good kills in this entire franchise.
No, not
I
really.
can't-
Nothing
not-
that
not
sort of
really.
jumps out at me.
Yeah,
Because
nothing-
it's not that kind of franchise.
No,
right? Like
it's not, right? I do want to comment, because this is going to come up many times. As you can see on Ghoulies 1 and Ghoulies 2, they're the covers. The infamous Ghoulie in the toilet shot. So this was used in all of the promotional materials. This is the main poster for Ghoulies 1 and 2. You see the creatures coming out of the toilet, and there is a running shot in, I think, almost every single one of them where a Ghoulie comes out of a toilet. It's in the movie. The Ghoulie comes out of the toilet, but it's not, the Ghoulie doesn't kill anyone.
Yeah.
It just comes in, not in this one. He does it in the next one, but he just comes out of the toilet. This infamously had parents angry at the filmmakers, because then it scared children that these little demon monsters were going to come out of the toilet while
Right.
they were going to the bathroom and attack them. Just funny little trivia. It's an odd thing that becomes
Yeah.
a running thing.
Which is funny because it doesn't really manifest itself in the movie the way that the cover or the poster art has, right? And you might be asking yourself, well, what parents are letting their kids watch these? Probably a lot of them. But also, in the video stores, there's no way that if you were a kid in the 80s, you don't remember these cover images or these posters, right? So all you would have to see, you wouldn't get it from the movie, you'd get it from seeing it on the poster, which would have been
like,
all over
obviously the
place,
Ghoulies come out of that's how they get summoned. They come out of the
I don't
toilet.
want to go to the bathroom.
I don't want to
now.
go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
These monsters are going to come out and,
right.
Bite my ass as I'm trying to take a shit.
They'll get you in the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Their
Yep.
little tagline. Let's talk about John. I hate movies where the protagonist is the bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't find it compelling. Like, I have that same criticism with Sound Night, Deadly Night.
Yep.
That like, and that's why I liked the newer one so much better, is it endeared us
Mm-hmm.
to Billy, whereas in 1 and 2 of the originals,
You're just a villain.
you're just following a bad guy,
Yeah.
right? John's not a good guy
No,
in this movie,
no.
and I don't want to root for him. He like instantly becomes mesmerized by like his father's occult shit.
Right.
Like they don't really like, in a normal way to do this, like you slow roll it.
Yeah.
They don't really the pacing is off here. Where like he is enamored by the dark arts within, like, by the 30-minute mark, he's all in.
Well, the whole movie's only 81 minutes.
Right. So like,
they got to get going, man.
So the majority of this movie, again, is just like John instantly is just like, oh, what is this black magic shit? Oh, I'm going to try some of this. Oh, yeah, this is awesome. I'm going to just keep doing this. Like, he's almost a junkie for the dark arts, and he falls so head in on it. But he's our main protagonist, but he doesn't have any character depth other than I am obsessed with the dark arts, and I'm going, like, he didn't write it right.
No, I don't understand it, Jonathan. That's just the problem. I don't understand. Don't do this to me. When I walked in that room, I saw someone that I didn't even know. I saw a stranger.
Rebecca, please. Look, it's nothing. Honest. Look, I'll cut it out. I swear.
There's a way to write this where, you know a better a way to do it, and a better example, the Fly remake, David Cronenberg's Fly remake, where you have that strong Gina Davis character trying to pull Jeff Goldblum out, and you really see Jeff Goldblum, like, it's taking a toll on him.
Yeah.
They don't do it here.
And there's an element of that character doesn't want to be pulled into this, but can't help it. And we don't get that with this, which is strange because the opening scene kind of pitches that this baby is going to become something important. He's being saved for good reason.
Right.
But and then he just kind of goes,
he's not. No, he's not the savior or
yeah.
messiah or anything. And then, like, the Rebecca character's so fucking bland.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not shitting on the actress. I mean, she's
written fine.
She's written poorly. They
yeah.
don't give her anything to do. She just becomes nagging girlfriend. And then they kind of just write her out of the movie for a bit of it where it's like she just leaves him.
Yeah.
And then you're just stuck with John, who's not compelling to watch.
Yeah.
There's no fleshed out characters in this movie.
Yeah.
And then the friends show up and then they're just there as cannon fodder for the ritual.
Yeah.
They don't do anything. And then by the end of the movie, you're just like, you're just left with John. Because at one point they kill off Rebecca. They kill her off. And then
kind of, I guess.
Well, she falls down the stairs,
Yeah.
and then the implication I got was like she snaps her neck.
Yeah.
Which is funny because there's a shot where you can clearly see the actress still breathing. Unintentional,
Yeah.
obviously, but you can see the actress breathing after she's supposed to be dead.
Yep.
Whatever. This is common in movies. But I'm not interested in John. You didn't endear me to him. I don't feel bad for him. He just seems like he's all in on being evil, and that, like, he would have worked better the main character should have been Rebecca.
Yeah.
And then her boyfriend is
fighting off against her. Yeah. Because Jonathan is the character that normally gets defeated at the end.
Yeah.
Right. And they struggle with this because once his father comes back to life and then he's going to battle against him, you're like, but I don't really want either one of you to win
I don't
this.
really care. There's no stakes
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yep. I hear you.
Mark, what do you got? The only thing I want to talk about is the ending. That's all I have left to talk about.
I mean, our viewers are going to give us a hard time if we don't call out that Mariska Hargitay is in this movie.
Who?
Oh my. Yeah. From Law and Order SVU. She's pretty famous.
Oh, okay.
She's probably the most famous person from this movie.
Oh, cool.
She's the one that has the really intense scream after she sees her boyfriend or friend die, which I found out later actually was not her. It was a dubbed scream. I was really impressed. Whoever it is that does the actual scream, good for you. It was an epic scream. Yes, Mariska Hargitay. Cameo appearance.
Fascinating.
Your viewers are going to rip you to shreds if you don't know who that is.
Dude, Law and Order, man. The peak of television.
Yep.
In case you guys are wondering, I fucking can't stand network television that is derivative formula shit. So you will very rarely hear me bring up a Law and Order or
I mean, I don't watch
name
it,
the
but I mean, I
fucking,
still know who it is.
CSI or what was
Yeah,
that?
that's right. If it's
Criminal
not
Minds.
if it's not OC
Yes.
or
yeah, High Art, Mark. High Art. Yeah. There's actually one coming up.
get out
There's
of
one coming up.
What else have I got? There's a narration at the 26-minute mark.
All the narration's pointless.
And so it had begun. The evil one willing the boy on, using the boy's curiosity as a powerful weapon. I could but but sit and wait, gripped by the fear of events foreshadowed.
It's so pointless. It's Jack Nance's character. It's
Right.
Wolfgang.
But normally with a movie like this, like if you're going to use narration, you establish early on that that's going to happen and it happens throughout. You can't just kind of have one narration block shoved a third of the way through and then just not really do it again.
Well, no, it's at the beginning. He does it like at the 10-minute mark, and then he does it like the 30-minute mark, and then that's it.
Yeah, and it was so out of place by then. It was kind of. It just kind of.
I'm not
strange.
a fan of narration in films unless it's you really have to write with that narration in mind. Otherwise, it just feels like it got tacked on in post production.
There's a scene between Rebecca and Jonathan. They're in bed, but they have the worst kissing scene ever. I think the intention is that they're supposed to be getting intimate, but the two actors just like couldn't figure it out. They were just terrible.
They didn't have much chemistry. Yeah,
they were awful. And I remember watching him like, oh, this is a train wreck.
That's also a recurring theme in this. Is the leads not having good
just
chemistry?
Can't make it work.
There's a few more examples coming up of the leads where it's like, oh, they did not have good on-screen chemistry, and this feels forced as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More cameos. Ralph Seymour, who plays Mike, one of the other friends.
You got all kinds of cameos.
Because again, like I'm older, right? So I would recognize some of these references that maybe
but some of them I wouldn't bother writing down. Like the guy who was in, or the chick who was in Law and Order. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like if it was, it's got to be to me. The only cameos I'm going to write down are things that were previously mentioned on Slash Cinema. So in other words, a horror franchise or somebody big enough that I think it's worth mentioning.
But sometimes like I'm watching these and I'm like, okay, this is a movie from 84 or 85.
Yeah.
I'm like, I recognize that guy. And I shouldn't, in a movie like Ghoulies, I would expect to recognize nobody. Right. So when I see somebody, I'm like, oh, it's that Leonardo DiCaprio meme. I'm like, oh, you. Right. This guy was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Rain Man, Fletch, and a ton of TV work. Right. So
do you know who he was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Do you remember that?
I don't.
Okay. Well, I'll put the image up anyways.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But like, so when I recognized him, I'm like, I know you. And then I saw his movie credits. And I'm like,
so it kind of bugs
small,
you. Where you're
small
like,
parts.
Who are you? Yeah.
And these aren't other B-rated movies. They're A-list movies, right?
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah, we've referenced it. I mean, famously Judd Omen from Pee-we's Big Adventure.
Your boy Judd Omen.
My boy Joe, yeah. Merciless. There is some crazy cameos coming up that I'm hoping you didn't catch.
Oh.
There's a couple that I'm like, I'm really hoping you didn't catch.
I got a few.
I want to blow your mind with a couple that are coming up.
Yeah.
The last thing I got is the ending. You want to talk about the ending?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, the ending. So the little people servants, which also, much like the Ghoulies, don't do anything.
Yeah, I want to come back to that. Yeah.
Okay, so it turns out they were actually more working for the father's side, not John's side. And the master ritual that John was conducting was actually to resurrect his dead father. So that's the twist. But then so after that happens, but they decide, they're like, well, actually, we don't really like your dad, so we're just going to side with you. So then they team up with John, and then there's this little magic showdown between John and his dead father, and then a character that you will completely forget about, Wolfgang, Jack Nance's character, comes out of nowhere to save John, and he's suddenly like a warlock. He has like magic powers. It's like, okay, they never hinted any of this, but sure. And then he sacrifices himself to destroy John's father. Rebecca comes back to life somehow. And then her, John, and whatever friends are still alive hop into their cars and peel off, resolving absolutely nothing and leaving the little medieval servants behind, which I think is kind of cruel. And then probably one of the worst endings ever in a film. It ends on a horrible freeze frame of the Ghoulies appearing in the back of the car and Mike's friend, who looks like a young Tim Robbins, by the way. Yeah. The Ghoulies appear behind him, and then that guy turns around. He's like, what? And it's this awful freeze frame where he just... and then it just cuts to credits.
End credits, yeah.
It's awful. It's horrible. Yeah, that is a awful way to end there. Like, it's one of those like, oh, we got to do a stinger. But that freeze frame looked terrible.
Yeah.
And there's so many better ways you could have done the little stinger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, terrible ending.
Now, one of the things that, and you kind of referenced it when you were talking about the different groups, there is so much going on in this movie. We've got the Ghoulies, but even the Ghoulies themselves, there's no consistency between them, right? So it's not like Gremlins where all of the Mogwais look the same and all of the Gremlins look the same. They're all the same type.
Ghoulie and there's different breeds.
And then you've got the...
Which I liked. I actually liked that they were all different.
Well,
there's a rat, there's a fish, there's a bat.
It almost... Because it looks like they could only find one of each thing in the prop closet, so they just use them all.
It gives them more character.
Right?
But I also got the interpretation they were different breeds.
Yeah.
Because they're like demons, right? So it's like... You would have a rat breed of demon and a fish breed of demon. And so that was my interpretation is like, they're just the different breeds of demonic creatures coming through the rift.
Then you had the two little people. They're also, I guess, are they Ghoulies?
Well, the fourth one would have you think so.
Yes, they do.
We'll get to that.
There's another Godzilla looking ghoulie in a clown costume. The zombie guy, there's so much going on. That I was like, could you pick one and do that?
A little more consistent.
That's right. Yeah.
Or give the Ghoulies individually a little more personality.
Right.
Which gets fixed for better or worse, gets fixed in a later entry. They give them a little bit more personality.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about Ghoulies 1?
Ghoulies 1.
Well, you agree with me. It's just kind of boring and it takes itself just a little too fucking serious.
Yeah.
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 So let's move on to an entry that fixes a lot of these things, brings fun into the equation with our next pick from 1987. This is Ghoulies II. I mean, come on. This is number one. This is the best Ghoulies film. This is the best.
All right. So I
don't have this at 4.
I have this at number 4.
No, Mark, you got to agree with me. This is the most wild Ghoulies.
So I said to you before we started, I'm like, there is one, because you know me. I try not to look at other people's ratings. I don't want to be influenced, right? Yeah. And as soon as we're done, I always go home and do exactly that to see where everybody else has this. I'm like, I have a feeling this is going to be like Child's Play 2, where the vast majority of people are just going to love this one.
They like the big budget fun one.
Right, but And
you got to be a contrarian and pick the...
Well, do your plot summary, and then we can dig into it.
I'm very curious. I'm shocked this doesn't hook you, because this is debatably, this is the most Ghoulies the Ghoulies are.
It should, but it just doesn't.
I'm fascinated by how this one doesn't woo. I thought you would be... I didn't know where you'd have the other ones.
Yep.
I thought you would agree with me that 2 is just the most off-the-wall fun entry, and I thought you'd be on my side.
There's a few reasons for it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't even want to do the show now, but whatever.
Okay. Wrap it up.
Okay. So it opens with a young guy driving a transport truck with an older man as his passenger. The old man's name is Ned, and he is played by career actor Royal Dano, which, yes, that is a man's name. That's got to be a stage name. Royal Dano. What a name. The younger man, Larry... is his name, radios in that their truck is overheating and they'll be delayed.
You gotta pay attention to the truck that's overheating again. This is Satan's Den calling Aladdin's harem. Over.
This is Aladdin's harem, Satan's Den. Dixie on the horn. Want me to tell you all a bedtime story? Over.
I think the radiator's had it. We're gonna have to find some kind of garage somewhere, somehow. Over.
Wait a second. I recognize that fucking voice. Larry is played by...
I didn't get the actor's name.
Oh my God, you didn't get this. Prepare to have your fucking mind blown.
I recognize him, but...
Larry is played by Damon Martin, a.k.a. John Waring from the Freddy's Nightmares episode... Do Dreams Bleed?
I'm disappointed now that I didn't catch that.
I can't believe you didn't catch this.
I'm the chopper.
Yes.
I'm crazy.
Go figure.
Your favorite episode of Freddy's Nightmares.
I mean, who knows? Maybe this entry is moving up in my list now. All of a sudden.
I've shown this clip countless times on this program. You know, the best clip, obviously, of all time for Freddy's Nightmares. Let's just cut to it again.
I'm the chopper?
Yes.
I'm crazy?
Yep.
Go figure.
Yeah, Mark, you are.
Coach, I've got ghoulies.
Yeah,
you got ghoulies, buddy. What? That blew my fucking mind. I was like, as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, I recognize that whiny, like, Coach, I'm crazy. When he was like, the truck's overheating. I was like, I know you.
Yeah,
I know you. And as soon as I looked it up, I was like, it's him. It's him.
That's awesome.
Freddy's Nightmares, the gift that just keeps giving.
Everybody's in it.
Yeah. That one blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are the odds? And he's the main guy.
And by the way, Mariska Hargitay was in Freddy's Nightmares.
Which character?
She was the one who Wait,
is this from part 1 that you're talking about?
Yeah. So I'm surprised.
I missed this one.
Yeah.
No, what was this one?
She was the one who was studying. And I can't remember exactly what happened.
Freddy's Tricks and Treats?
Maybe.
That one?
She was like a copious student. And
is that the one that ends with like they're doing an experiment on her dreams and there's like the two pervy guys?
Possibly.
It might be Freddy's Trick. I'll find it and I'll find the clip.
Anyway,
Okay.
sorry, not to cut you off.
No,
but,
it's fine.
Everything comes back to Freddy's Nightmares. Yep.
I'm crazy, Coach.
Yeah,
you're
You are,
crazy. Yeah. Cut to our opening title card before we then get these awful opening credits of just green text in front of an image of a full moon. I don't know if that's a reference to full moon features or what that's supposed to be, but it's just kind of bland opening credits. We then have a man running away from 3 satanic cultists, and in his hands is a large sack making noises similar to the Ghoulies. The man hides at a closed gas station and attempts to kill the Ghoulies with a convenient open toxic barrel of solvent that looks like a prop straight out of a Universal Monsters movie.
I have a note. I'm like, why is this just sitting right in the
Open.
middle? Yeah.
Open.
In an auto shop, too.
Spewing fumes. Even if you were careful to not melt yourself, there's no way huffing in solvent fumes is good for you.
Very convenient.
Yes, very convenient. But this is this movie.
Yeah.
This is the tongue-in-cheek, we don't give a fuck entry. And this is going to be, you're going to see this more and more as I go through this. A flying ghoulie then attacks the man, sending him face first into the barrel. Just then, Larry and his Uncle Ned pull over at the gas station. The ghoulies crawl out of the barrel, which did not kill them. The ghoulies spot a sign on the side of the truck that reads, Satan's Den.
Yeah.
Assuming this is where they want to go, they sneak on board the transport truck as unwanted stowaways. The next day, we meet Sir Nigel Pennyworth, who works for the traveling carnival that Larry and Ned also belong to, and the Devil's Den is revealed to be a haunted house attraction. Yep. Sir Nigel is played by...
I didn't catch his name, but I know he's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah. It's a prominent little person actor, Phil Fondacaro.
Yeah.
Phil Fondacaro. His name, I'm certain, will come up in a future episode of Slash Cinema. I'm actually surprised we haven't mentioned him yet. But yeah, Phil Fondacaro. Yep. If you see his face and you hear his voice, he's got a very distinctive voice as a little person actor. Yeah, you'll recognize it a lot. The carnival's owner shows up, a man named Philip Hardin. We also meet another carnival worker named Nicole, played by Carrie Ramson, technically a 2-time Slash Cinema alumni. She played girlfriend in Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
All right.
Just girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I think she's just one of the party goers at the pool scene. I'll count it.
You're in there.
You're in there. It counts.
Yeah.
So you are a 2-time Slash Cinema alumni. Larry, which is a very strange name for a main character. And like, he's like a young guy. Like I interpreted his age as like 20, maybe 21.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah, like maybe 19 even. Like he's older than a teenager, but he's not like he's like just on the cusp of being a young adult. Larry's an interesting choice because to me, Larry is kind of a comedic name. Because I immediately think Larry from the Three Stooges. So it's very hard to separate that. So that's an odd choice for a male lead's name. You know, even Ned would have. I actually think they should have
swapped
Uncle Larry, crazy Uncle Larry, and then Ned, who's a little more reliable. Yeah. Ned is you can hang your hat on a Ned, right? Like Ned's very reliable. Ned Beatty, you know.
Folks, this is the kind of high quality content you get from.
Let's analyze names. So Larry asks out Nicole, but she says she doesn't have time right now. Philip speaks to the entire staff of the Carnival, revealing he is the son of the head of Hardin Enterprises, which is auditing all of its holding, which apparently also includes the Carnival. Sure. Yeah. Philip spells it out to the workers. If your part of the Carnival isn't turning a profit, then you're going to be cut, including our heroes, Larry and Ned's Satan's Den. Ooh, they're on the cutting block.
A company runs on profit, and a company owns this carnival. Satan's Den's been losing money for 16 months. Our money. You have dead space on the midway, and that costs us. You have until the end of the weekend to turn it around.
Satan's Den been part of this outfit for over 20 years.
Look, I'm concerned with the future. You pull your weight, or you get out of the way.
Larry and Ned rack their brains over what they can do to pick up their show's attendance, but Ned is a miserable drunk who assumes they're fucked. Oh, isn't that how helpful of you, Ned? The Ghoulies, now hiding out inside the Devil's Den haunted house, claim their first victim, another woman that works at the Carnival. While practicing his magic act, Ned finds the Ghoulies, who he believes were manifested by his magic by mistake.
Yeah.
Excited, Ned runs to get Larry and Nigel, but when they return, the Ghoulies are nowhere to be found, because of course, this is how you write films. Larry freaks out on his drunk uncle, restating the severity of the situation. A group of asshole teenagers pay to get into the haunted house so they can fuck. Of note, one of the teenagers is played by Sasha Jensen, 2-time Slash Cinema alumni. He's also Brady in Halloween 4.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you catch that one?
Yeah. What was the other one he was in?
Nope, just the thing I said, Mark. Just the thing I said. What was the other thing?
I've got a note of it.
Was he a 3-time Slash Cinema alumni?
Sorry. He was in Halloween 4.
Yeah.
But most viewers would probably know him from a part that he played in Dazed and Confused.
Oh, yeah, he's one of the main guys in that. Yeah, but we're referencing horror films on this program. It's kind of a thing we do.
Right, but part of our tagline is we watch these so that they don't have to.
Right.
So I don't expect anyone to go out and see
Ghoulies 2 or Halloween 4.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. You notice I resisted from making that joke.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Here.
I didn't do it, but it's forever going to be in your brain after Wishmaster 2 Electric Boogaloo. That joke really got you, which was fun.
Insert a Ghoulies 2 Electric Boogaloo poster.
You're going to make me generate that.
There we go.
That was worth generating. Sure. Yeah. So that kid. No, you know what? No, fuck you. He wasn't in Dazed and Confused. He was in Ghoulies 2 and Halloween 4. That was it. That was it. And he retired after that. Actually, I think Dazed and Confused came out before those movies, maybe. I don't care. See what happens when you bring up references? They just derail the whole fucking show, okay? Like, I bring up a reference and it flows into my plots and shit. Yep. And then you'll just be like, and he was in Night Court. And that's basically like equivalent of like throwing a mattress on a train track. And then the conductor's like, whoa, sorry, folks. We had a unrequested reference get thrown onto the tracks. We're going to have to, pause for the next minute. Don't worry. Another train will be along and we will be refunding you your tickets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mark just constantly popping pennies on the tracks.
Yeah, so you're going to be disappointed when I reference William Butler as well as a cameo.
Who's he?
He is a many-time Slash Cinema alumni.
Oh, okay. Now you're intriguing me.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Ghoulies 2. He plays Merle in this movie, and my contractual obligation that every episode of Slash Cinema I have to mention Friday 13th Part 7. He was also in Freddy's Nightmares.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so,
Wait, who was he, though? Which guy is this?
William Butler.
No, but which character was this?
In this?
Ghoulies, yeah.
Yeah, he's just one of the friends. Yeah.
One of the friends of the teenagers.
Yeah.
He was part of that group?
Yeah.
What episode of Freddy's Nightmares was he in? Oh, God damn
God.
it. Now you're If you have not watched our Freddy's Nightmares episodes, I highly recommend them. You don't even have to give a fuck about Nightmare on Elm Street because it's an anthology show anyways. So it's just
William Butler, man, 4-time alumni.
Technically 4-time because he was not. Yes, you're right. In a sense, because we did tackle every one of those individually, right? Because what did you say? You said
he was
Ghoulies?
in Ghoulies Part 2.
Yeah.
Freddy's Nightmares,
Freddy's
Friday
Nightmares.
13th Part 7, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
I wonder who he was in Texas Chainsaw 3. That's not a very big cast.
That was the one where, remember him and I believe it was his girlfriend, they were driving across the country.
He was the guy?
He was the guy, yeah.
Oh,
shit. I think so. Yeah.
Probably not.
William Butler.
He's probably not even in
it.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, not to derail your, not to mattress your train tracks anymore.
No. Yeah. So, hello and welcome to Slash Cinema, the show where we watch and bring up cameos in horror films that we watched. All right.
This is well deserved. I deserve that.
So, all right, back to the plot here. At the same time as the teenage group, there's 2 young kids that go through the attraction and run into the rat ghoulie. Oh, Mark's already. Mark, fuck you. Fuck you. No.
This Dennis the Menace motherfucker.
No, hold this. You don't get to immediately roll your eyes. It's like, and then a couple kids show up. Mark's like, well, this movie's garbage, obviously. There's just, kids don't exist in my universe. Like, hold your groans, all right? Let me get through the plot. So the teenagers are going through, and then there's these 2 younger kids that go through, and they run into the rat ghoulie, which pukes onto one of them, which is awesome. Amazed by that, they then run outside and tell a bunch of people like, oh, you got to see what's going on. We got puked on by like this rat creature animatronic thing. And then a big crowd comes into the Devil's Den and it creates all this buzz for the attraction. Meanwhile, the teenagers are attacked by the Ghoulies, who also proceed to kill one of their friends. Later that night, after hours, the teenagers come back with the police. Ned discovers the dead teenager's body wrapped up like a mummy by the Ghoulies, which is very funny because they wrap him up like a mummy and throw him in the Egyptian room of the attraction. You know, the Ghoulies know what they're doing, okay? Yeah. This is top tier Ghoulies here. This is Ghoulies II Ghoulies. Ned then tries to find a way to send the Ghoulies back to wherever they came from by using a book on demons he just happens to have. Yep. He just has this, sure. I mean, he's a world traveler, so I'm actually going to let that go. Fine. He's part of Carnival folk. So it's not that stretch of an imagination that he would have access to a dark arts book.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. But the Ghoulies are like, fuck that shit. And they attack the old drunk, killing him with a live wire in a very funny kill. The police then, along with everybody else, discover Ned's dead body, ruling it an accident. Nigel stumbles on the Ghoulies later on and runs away in fear. That night, Hardin kicks Larry out of the carnival and steals his attraction, which is very short-sighted considering Hardin at this point in the film has zero idea what is making the Devil's Den a success, and yet he's going to get rid of the main guys of said attraction. You have no idea what the secret sauce is, but you're like, you don't know the recipe, but you're stealing the guy's restaurant?
That's right.
Like, that's okay, sure. Larry then finds Nigel, who tells him about the demonic Ghoulies, who just then make an appearance. And what follows is Larry rounding up the other carnival workers for help. So now it's the Carnies versus the Ghoulies in an epic showdown. Can the Carnies stop these little demons? Or will the Ghoulies run this show out of town? That is the plot of Ghoulies II, Electric Boogaloo. See, it's never not fun to say. Mark, tell me why this doesn't work for you. So that I can then, because I'm just going to gush. So I have like zero criticisms.
Yeah. I should like this, and I'm a little surprised that I don't.
I'm very surprised.
It is the most slasher of the 4 entries in this, right? So I'm I keep going back to what you asked me earlier. Like, did I struggle with this franchise? This is the one that I struggled with the most, right? Because for the most part, I should like this. I think the thing that sets it apart. So for me, the debate was this one or part one. And I think part one wins out over this one because as imperfect as part one is, it's still the one that kind of tries to present some new ideas. Whereas I feel like part two is a little bit cookie cutter. There's nothing about it that's really original or creative. In fact, how many movies have we seen where they go to carnivals? It seems like every franchise.
I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I
made a list of them.
Fucking love carnival settings. I can't get enough.
Yeah.
To me, the carnival setting is just, it's a perfect instant production value set.
Yep.
It's like, and it just instantly makes your movie look so much higher quality. And carnivals are so colorful and so aesthetically interesting.
Yep.
You get some incredible shots just by being at this location.
Yep.
So I love carnival sets. I'm a big fan of it. But I also think it definitely gives way more personality to 2 than it does to 1.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, behold the open gate to hell. You'll never know what to expect on the inside. Get your tickets now.
It's really scary, mister. I bet it's not. I bet it's stupid.
Oh, demons don't get you. You'll be all right.
My ass.
Because you're criticizing this movie for being like, oh, they did the carnival set. I'm criticizing 1. Oh, they did the Evil Mansion set.
That's true.
How many Evil Mansions have we seen? Probably way more than carnivals.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go between the 2, that's used less and more interesting than the Evil Mansion. Yeah. Also, if we're talking about tone, to me, the Ghoulies need to be in a wacky kind of scenario. I don't want them in a boring old mansion where they don't do anything. I want them at a fucking active theme park attraction type place where we have the general audience which they're going to interact with.
And I think this leads to something that and I know you and I are going to disagree on this.
Sure.
And I came to this conclusion while I was watching through this franchise in particular, and I've kind of waffled on this, but I think with this one, with Ghoulies, I'm ready to make this statement. This is going to be, I'm going to say this here and now. Faithful viewer, I don't like horror comedies. Yep, there, I've said it.
No, I knew this. Yeah, we knew this. Yeah. Except for when you do.
The problem, though, is that...
Because you do break this rule from time to time.
Sometimes. I find with this one, they're still trying to do a little bit of both. And I find like the only way to get it right is to go sort of harder one way or the other. And I think with the first one...
Now I know why 3 is...
It took itself a little bit more seriously in the first one.
Yeah.
The jokes were almost unintentional, whereas in this one, they're trying to be funny, but they're also still trying to be scary. And it just doesn't work for me. Everything in this movie is done better than the first, right? So the effects are better.
Yes.
The plot is a little bit better. I will say about the plot, I was really hoping that we were going to get our, when they introduced, was his name Hardin? I just kept calling him Rich Asshole.
Sure, yeah, that's his role. Yeah,
he's
playing the '80s rich douchebag archetype.
As soon as I saw him, I got really excited. I'm like, oh, is this going to be humans and Ghoulies versus the rich asshole? They're all going to team up together to like.
Oh, the Ghoulies were going to be on their side.
I thought this was going to be like a ski school movie where.
No, I like that it's even better that the Ghoulies are like, no, they're the secondary antagonists of the Ghoulies.
But they never really did anything with him, and I thought they could have, right? Because.
They do enough. He serves his role. He serves his role. He's meant to be the overarching villain.
Right, but he isn't, though, right? Because, and that's another thing about this movie that I didn't like.
Well, he is. He tries to scheme Ned and Larry out of their...
He
literally kicks them out of their own attraction.
But the Ghoulies in this movie, probably more so than any of the other movies, have a more prominent role in this one.
Yes.
And Remember, I don't like the Ghoulies. So that's
that's also a hot take. So
Yeah.
you're just saying you don't like the Ghoulies.
I find them inconsistent. I don't know what they are there for. In every one of these movies, they feel like
They have a different purpose in every single one of these films. Yeah.
But they don't really like. You could take the Ghoulies out of every one of these movies.
So
and
I disagree.
Yeah.
You could take the Ghoulies out of any one of these films except this one. I think this is the one where they fit the best into this plot.
Right.
Where it makes more sense for them to be in this environment.
True. Nothing happens if they're not there.
Right. Because if they're not there, what's going on?
So,
all the other ones kind of work on their own plot.
Yeah.
So,
I see why you like this one. I see why this is why you're number one. I just when I was watching it, I'm like, oh,
the tone just somehow was off for you.
I wish this was just a little better.
What I'm fascinated by is like I'm obviously going to gush and I'm about to go through all these fun moments, but it's just like it surprises me that none of these fun moments won you over because there's some genuinely really stupid shit that's fun and will put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
So it's very surprising to hear you just say like, yeah, it just didn't click for me.
Yeah,
it's like
I just wanted it to be better, but.
It really is, though. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about the Ghoulies in this carnival setting, I love the fact that the Ghoulies in the carnival, everyone is, and it's because it's in a haunted house attraction.
Yep.
All the attendees going through, they just assume they're like part of the show.
Yeah.
Because a carnival is one of these spaces that blurs the lines between fact and fiction and everything. Anyways, they're going to show you sights you've never seen. So it's not, it's so believable that these crowds coming through would just be like, wow, look how good those puppets look.
Right.
That to me is fucking, that works.
Yep.
That's using them effectively in the space. They're not just there for set dressing, they're actually tied into the environment.
Yeah.
They're interacting with it.
Yeah.
That works. I love when the people go through and they're like looking at the Ghoulies and they think they're part of the attraction. That's fun. Meanwhile, the Ghoulies are just kind of like fucking around. I also like the idea that the Ghoulies have a motivation in this. Kind of.
Yeah, as much as you can expect.
But what you were saying, the movie you pitched is basically the Ghoulies become friendly with Ned and Larry, and then they're in on the how can we make the carnival track? How can we make the haunted house fun?
How can we get one over on Rich Asshole?
Right.
Yeah.
In reality, this movie is the Ghoulies are just fucking around at the carnival, most of which takes place at the Satan's Den.
Yep.
And then that unintentionally, like the Ghoulies are not trying to help Ned and Larry, but that unintentionally creates buzz for this one attraction and makes their haunted house popular all of a sudden.
Yep.
That to me is kind of funny that they're not, like, the Ghoulies are 100% neutral in this movie.
Yeah.
They don't align with anyone. And we're going to get to that in a bit here. One thing I do want to call out, but this is like just kind of one of those funny movie things. The Devil's Den is impossibly large for something that fits into the back of a transport truck.
Right.
And yet it is a elaborate haunted house where every room is like the size of it's like every room is like 4,000 square feet. Like every room is enormous.
You would never fit this into like a convention hall, let alone the back of a truck.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the Egyptian room is just massive, massive. Every little room in this attraction is just huge. That's just kind of fun movie logic. It's like when people like in movies, when people have apartments that are just nonsense and it's just clearly so that there was enough room for the crew and equipment.
That's right.
Yeah. Right. So,
or guns that never run out of bullets, but it's impractical to have them have to find bullets and reload all the time. So we just don't question it.
Sometimes they've gotten some action movies will do it better. So I want to talk about why this is my number one. This is the first and only movie in the entire franchise that is a Ghoulies movie.
Yeah.
When I think what a Ghoulies movie is, this is it. This is what I had in my head. This is what it should have been.
Yeah.
The first one is not that.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Like, I wish this were the first one.
I like that it's the second one because this is another example of and this is why I'm shocked you're not on my side here. It's another perfect example of a second entry that had a bigger budget to work with, They learned from what worked and didn't work from the first film. They changed the tone and make it more tongue-in-cheek and campy.
Yeah.
And they used the fucking money and just went wild. This is the Cocaine Bear entry.
Yeah.
This is it. This is just in the same vein as Texas 2 and Children of the Corn 2. And we have so many examples of this now. Yeah, this is it. This is that entry.
I agree with you. I wish it was a little bit more Cocaine Bear. I feel like it's still just kind of plain. I'm with you.
A little bit up until that third act.
Yeah.
The third act, they go full cocaine.
But I will give you this. You know, I've asked you this question before. If you had to take one of these 4 Ghoulies movies to put in the Smithsonian to represent,
to me, that's Ghoulies. Yeah. To me,
this would be the one.
To me, this is Ghoulies.
Yeah.
The other 3 movies are. This is the one where the Ghoulies fit naturally into the plot.
Yeah.
The other ones, the Ghoulies are tacked on to another film.
That's right.
Yeah. So, best thing this movie has going for it, it's fucking fun, man. This is a fun, stupid movie. The Ghoulies are used well. There's some just stupid shit in it. I love the intro of this movie, and I don't know if you caught, because I think this was intentional. How does this movie open? It opens with a guy running with a sack of the Ghoulies. Who is he running away from? Did you catch this?
I didn't.
So he's running away from satanic cultists.
Okay, yeah.
So the implication I got is that some other, because this is, in case you're wondering, like, does this connect to 1 in any way? No. This is the only connection.
Yeah.
My interpretation was that there was some other cult group, not the ones from the first movie, and some priest guy tried to stop their evil plans, grabs the Ghoulies, which, sure?
Yeah.
And he's running away from the stupid cult bullshit from part 1, and he literally brings the Ghoulies into the fun carnival world of part 2. I think that was intentional. I think the filmmakers were basically just like, yeah, fuck up whatever part 1 was. Let's do something just wild now. And you get it right at the beginning. That's clever.
Small cameo shout out. I forgot to make a mention of his name, but that guy that you're talking about, the father, I think he's a religious figure, right? Was also played a bad guy in some James Bond movies. I know you love your James Bond references.
God.
So,
He was an octopussy. Fascinating, Mark. Fascinating. There is a hilarious, I just want to talk about funny shit.
Yeah, please.
There's a hilarious interaction with the 2 young kids. The ones that I don't know why you didn't like these kids. Because I think they're fucking hilarious here.
Yeah.
Like, so these 2 kids are going through the haunted house, and they're going in with they're going in very cynically, being like, oh, let's see what this is about. This is boring. And they're criticizing it. But then they run into a real life demon, which is like the rat ghoulie. And then it pukes onto one of the kids. And the kids are just like, whoa, that actually happened. Like, rides, interactions, like attractions don't do things to you. That's wild. And then out of nowhere, the one kid just pulls out like a ninja shuriken
out of his back pocket, Dennis the Menace style.
Awesome.
Nope.
Awesome. Just like Tim from fucking Phantasm 3. Right. And he hucks the shuriken at the ghoulie, who catches it in its mouth and then takes a bite out of it. And did you remember what the brother says?
Was this the Epcot reference?
Yes. I'm just going to cut to it right now.
Holy shit! Did you see that? This place is better than Epcot Center.
Holy shit, this place is better than Epcot Center. Take that, Disneyland. Take that, Disney World. Devil's Den, buddy.
I was saying, I actually referenced that line to my wife yesterday. I was telling her about, because in anticipation of doing this show, I said, that is not high praise, because as we all know, Epcot Center is
the most boring
is the weakest of the parts. Unless you are doing the pub crawl, the international pub crawl at Epcot Center, in which case Epcot Center then becomes the best Disney theme
Unless
park.
you are a
shit-faced,
a drunk, like my co-host here. Yes, a lecherous drunk.
Otherwise, Epcot, not always
Not as great. You need to be inebriated.
To reference, well, this is better than Epcot. It's like, well, okay. That doesn't
but it's
say
kind of
much.
funny. It's kind of, I don't know, it's a great line. Probably, no, without a doubt, the greatest moment in the entire Ghoulies franchise. And I literally cheered out loud. I rewound this probably 3 or 4 times. It caught me off guard and it tickled me so much. So the kids grab the Ghoulies, the kids interact with they run into the rat ghoulie, but then they go out and grab a crowd and they're like, you got to see this, you got to see this. And so then this crowd forms around the Ghoulies and everyone's so enchanted by, because everyone thinks they're animatronics, which if they were animatronics, this is like the most fucking lifelike animatronics you've ever seen, right? So everyone starts cheering on these animatronics, right? They're like, yeah, awesome. The Ghoulies then, for no reason other than the filmmakers knew this was awesome, they turn and high five one another.
It is the most ham-fisted moment that you
It is awesome. The Ghoulies high five one another, and the entire crowd just starts cheering them on. Everyone's like, yay! Dude, how that didn't warm your heart, I don't know. That is like, why would the Ghoulies do this? I don't know. I can't. How do they know to do this? How would these little demon creatures know to high five? You know why? Fuck you. That's why. Ghoulies 2. That's why. They don't need to explain it.
They're still trying to make this a horror movie, though, and
not really.
I feel like the Ghoulies are goofier than they were in the first one. They're definitely not nearly as played as seriously as
they're
the first
acting like what a creature called a ghoulie would act like, not a gremlin.
Yeah, but they're not quite goofy
Gremlins
enough, I guess.
Gremlins? Yeah, but okay. Do you like Gremlins 2?
Not as much as Gremlins 1.
Okay, but do you like it? Because Gremlins 2 is when the Gremlins become the Ghoulies.
Yeah.
So that's actually an apt comparison. Yeah. The Gremlins 2 is the Ghoulies 2 of that franchise. Because that's when the Gremlins just start doing funny shit.
Yeah.
The first one, they did a lot of that, but they're basically monsters.
They're still very they're played for horror. For fear, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love that the teenagers come back later on, and they're like, because their one friend gets killed and he goes missing, right? So they come back and they're like, we're going in and we're gonna go get our friend, right? So they storm into the attraction, and then the Ghoulies get all of them, and they're like torturing these like teenagers, and there's a crowd cheering on the Ghoulies because they think it's part of the show. It's fucking awesome.
There's one part where they're all cheering, rats, rats, rats.
Yeah, no, I think it's rat, or something like that. Yeah, because they're cheering the rat ghoulie. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Perhaps no other scene in this film perfectly sums up the tone change from the first film than when the group of teenagers first enter the Satan's Den attraction and proceed to play music on a boombox and shout, "Let's party!"
Torture chamber.
Let's party!
Are you ready for some rock and roll?
That is the fucking 80s, baby. That right there. Anytime a group of Mark, you must have done this all the fucking time as a kid. That was
you
standard.
start your day that way.
The one kid just would show up with the boombox, put on some whatever, go, "Let's party," and everybody just.
The D batteries last for about 12 minutes and then they die. And
I don't believe that's true. I think they last as long as the party wants it to last.
Right.
I think they're supernatural D batteries. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the energy from the teenagers, the youth, is fed into the box. I want to talk about the last 20 minutes of this film because you were saying you're like, it's still not great. I think you'll agree. The last 20 minutes. So the Ghoulies have no allegiance to anyone.
Yeah.
So by the time the characters realize, like, oh shit, we got to do something with these Ghoulies, that's when the Ghoulies leave the Satan's Den and then they just start wrecking havoc on the carnival. That's the best part of the movie because you get all these just like random shots of them doing fun, goofy things.
Yeah.
So we've got the Ghoulies fucking with the patrons and fucking with the attractions. Some highlights including biting the arm off of a dunk tank clown. That was fucking awesome. This is the fish ghoulie because he's in the water. Driving a bumper car and running over a woman with said bumper car.
I did have a note about that. I'm like, that's
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The Ghoulies, they're like using the shooting gallery guns and they're like trying to shoot one another.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome. Perhaps the funniest thing though is when there's like an older couple on like a ride that's like in the air and one of the Ghoulies pulls the pin, which I'm sure a single pin isn't the only thing holding it, but they pulls a pin and then it just launches their like cart that they're on into the air and then fucking explodes, killing these poor patrons. Dude, this is great. This is just fun.
I think I was not yet ready to accept that this franchise had given up being just
serious?
Right. Because this is not one of those debates where you tell me where you ranked it, and I'm like, oh my God, what's the matter? Yeah. I wasn't there yet.
I'm not criticizing you. I'm just surprised.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that as I'm saying this, you're not like, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
But instead, it's like, none of this won you over? It just didn't.
It was good. Like, there was some moments that I liked too. What was the one that I thought was kind of funny? There was, what was the rich guy's name?
Hardin.
Hardin?
Yeah.
He decides to take Satan's den from Larry based on a legal technicality, and then he holds aloft the most dangerous weapon known to man, an envelope full of legal papers.
Yes, yes.
Like, this is just so stupid.
I want to talk about the characters.
Yeah.
Huge improvement over the first film.
Yeah.
Huge improvement.
I don't even really remember any of the characters from the first one.
I mean, it's just John. You just remember John. And part of the reason you remember John is because John... actually, I'm not even going to spoil it. So... unlike John from part 1, who just immediately turns evil and we can't really root for him and he's given no depth, this movie gives us characters we actually want to cheer for, actually want to root for. We've got this like evil businessman who's threatening to shut down the carnival attractions, which is such a trope from the 80s, you know, the rich versus the poor. And then we've got these two honest, hardworking stiffs, Larry and kind of Uncle Ned, and it endears us to them. I want to root for Larry and Ned. I like the scrappy carnival workers that are just like trying to make a living, and they got the evil rich business tycoon that's like, if you guys can't cut it, I'm gonna have to get you out of this. You know, you're gonna be removed for something that's more profitable. So I want to root for them. I like them. I like those characters. I don't really like Uncle Ned because he doesn't really do anything. Uncle Ned reminded me of Morty from Leprechaun 2.
Yeah.
I think it's Leprechaun 2. Yeah. Leprechaun 2, the shyster guy. But he's almost even more drunk than Morty was. Like Morty at the beginning of Leprechaun 2 is a raging alcoholic. But he kind of sobers up as his friend needs help throughout that runtime. Ned in this one is just always plastered in every scene, and it's hard to root for him. It's like, I want to root for him because like clearly Larry has a lot of respect for his uncle, but...
and it's almost played as part of the plot too, because I think Ned, if I'm not mistaken, is the first one to see the Ghoulies, but he mistakes that as thinking that he conjured them with his, right?
Yeah.
When it's really just...
but he's impaired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't notify anybody or take any action about it. He just thinks he's,
I think the duo that actually works the best in the movie is Larry and Nigel.
You know, you can stay with us tonight, Nigel.
Why, thank you, Lawrence. I wonder how our visitor is doing in the executive suite.
I imagine he finds it a trifle Lilliputian.
Oh, yes. A wee bit wee.
A little bit little.
A tiny bit tiny.
Yep.
I liked Nigel. Yeah. The accent choice was a little stupid, where he's always talking like he's in a Shakespearean play.
You don't need that.
Yeah, they didn't need that. I don't know if the actor came up with that or the script called for it, but I think that was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I think he just should have been like a nice guy that like took acting seriously.
Yeah.
That could have been enough. But I like Nigel. I think he's a fun little character. But I like him and Ned.
Yeah.
Not Ned, Larry. I like him and Larry. I think Larry and Nigel are a better team up than
They didn't really use them very well together, but where they are
no,
together.
they have some good scenes together.
Yeah.
They have some good dialogue together, and they team up at the end. I mean, I think their team up at the end works better than the other team up. We talked about forced bad chemistry. Larry and Nicole, they have like no chemistry.
Yeah.
Those two actors.
It's funny. There's actually a scene with Nicole and the rich guy where they seem to have chemistry all of a sudden in the trailer.
Yeah,
which I thought was kind of strange. Like,
yeah, and then Larry sees this, and they use it as a plot point that he gets jealous, and then he's like rude to Nicole afterwards because he assumes that she fucked Hardin to keep her job.
Yeah,
which is not what happened, but it kind of looked like that. It looked a little suspicious.
And then they don't really do anything with that. Like they just kind of forget about it.
No. Hardin fills his role as the evil business guy. Nicole is not a good female interest.
Yeah.
I didn't find her interesting. She doesn't quite have enough depth.
Yep.
But she's serviceable enough. Mark, what do you got before I get into all I have left to talk about is the ending. So what do you got? Anything you want to talk about?
I mean, I get it's number 4 on my list, but you won't find me comparing this to bottom of the list entries for other franchises, right? Like it's just, I think
it's well made.
Yeah, and there's nothing about it that's not. It would rank higher on my list of movies that I wished we could have watched together. But I guess I was hoping that it would do a little bit more than just be a physical improvement over the first one, right?
I feel like if you had watched this with me, you would have loved this movie more because all those moments that I brought up of like, oh, that happened. I think you and I would have both had that reaction, right? You would have shared my energy.
I think we both agree that the characters in the second one are a little bit better from a character development standpoint, but I did like the look of the ones in the first one. They are very much like 80s electronica kids, right? Yeah. Which I just kind of thought was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I just, when you get the chance to do a second part to a franchise like this, I would have liked to have seen them just keep more from the first one, but just do that better. And they just, I mean, maybe right or wrong, they just decided no, and they left all of that behind. So again, I think if this one were the first entry, I would have liked it better because this one would have established Ghoulies better. But when you're coming off the first one, I don't know. I guess I was just hoping that they would try to keep this as more of a horror movie.
To me, this is the correction that shows us what Ghoulies is supposed to be.
Yeah. And it definitely sticks with this more than like the tone of the first one.
Oh, yeah. No, that's why 4 is my number. First time I've ever ranked the original is the worst entry. Yeah. Because it's just so boring.
Yeah.
It's not fun. In case you're wondering, like Ghoulies 1 is not a fun movie.
I try to give
slow.
I tried to give the first one credit for trying to do something that maybe they probably overreached and just couldn't accomplish what they were trying to do. But I don't know if the second one necessarily fixes that.
Like the shirt Mark's wearing is like, it's a collage image. That's obviously newer artwork and it's done for Ghoulies 1. That shirt is 10 times more fun than that movie
than the actual movie is.
There's none of
this doesn't happen.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that they're making it seem so wild. It's not. It really isn't. Also, I like how the Ghoulies are prominently displayed at the top. They're like hardly in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. No. But if you were to do a shirt like that for Ghoulies 2, it would be pretty accurate.
But again, I don't like the Ghoulies. So any movie where they are a prominent feature in that movie.
Which is wild that you're about to, because I have a feeling that I can guess your next couple rankings now. But all right, let's talk about the ending.
Yep.
I'll talk about the ending because the ending is a lot of fun. So now the Ghoulies are running around the carnival, causing all kinds of chaos.
Yep.
Right. So Larry and Nigel team up. They're like, we got to put a stop to these fucking demon creatures. Right. So they find Ned's magic book, which they use to summon a human-sized version of the fish ghoulie unintentionally. The fish ghoulie, because they're trying to like find a ritual, and that's what they end up manifesting. The giant ghoulie then goes around and proceeds to eat all of the other ghoulies, which, why? What a weird decision, because they could have just done the ritual where, okay, the ritual just makes them all go poof into dust or into fire or something. No, they summon a big ghoulie that eats the other ghoulies. Like, what a weird choice. Yep. But then, now they're stuck with this giant ghoulie they have to contend with. And they're like, all right, well, what the fuck do we do with this? So they get rid of the giant ghoulie by blowing the fucking thing up with a Molotov cocktail. Yep. Awesome. Any movie that ends with blowing up a practical creature, like, I'm all in on that.
Yeah, Super Ghoulie eats a costume filled with dynamite and explodes.
Yeah. Actually, it was a Molotov cocktail.
Was it? Yeah.
It wasn't dynamite.
Something explosive.
They did not have dynamite, Mark. This is a carnival.
I mean, I did end that line.
But they had
by
lots
saying,
of alcohol.
I said meh at the end.
What do you mean? How is that a meh? Like, all the best horror films end with the character being blown up.
Yeah.
Leprechaun 4.
Yeah.
Child's Play 2. I can just keep going because there's all kinds. Jaws.
Yeah.
Like, every movie that ends with your character.
How many different Halloweens did he get blown up?
Friday the 13th, Part 9.
Yeah.
Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah. The best.
They put it at the beginning of the movie because they knew. Yeah. No. I love the. Let's zoom out. Now all of a sudden the animatronic isn't moving and it's like a puppet version, and then just let's blow that up. Let's put some explosives in it, blow it up. Awesome. Good production value. And then now you're like, it's definitive. It's like, Ghoulies are gone, buddy.
It's never coming back.
Or are they? Because we have our trademark ghoulie coming out of the toilet, which was used so much better in this film. Mark, do you recall which toilet the ghoulie comes out of? And
I do. I actually made a comment that I kept calling him the rich asshole.
Hardin.
The rich asshole gets bitten in his rich asshole.
Yeah, so, he does. Yeah. Hardin, he's trying to like find refuge from the ghoulie attacks, and one of the ghoulies comes out of the toilet and attacks and kills him from the toilet. So, so the toilet kill that one promised, you get into.
You get in this one.
Just another reason 2 is superior in every way.
Yep.
There you go. You said yep, so I'm gonna change the. That counts. That counts. Allow me to fix that. Anything else you'd like to say about Ghoulies II?
No.
All right, let's move on to maybe the real star of this franchise, in a sense.
Yeah.
I have referenced this film. I have known about this title for years. It is so fun to say this title. This is a movie that you don't think exists until you realize it exists. From 1991, this is Ghoulies III, Ghoulies Go to College. Yes, that is a real title for a real movie. Ghoulies III, Ghoulies Go to College. I love saying that title because it doesn't sound real. It sounds like a Simpsons joke or some shit. But yes, I have also seen the alternate title. So when I do the titles, because a lot of these movies have alternate titles, I always go off of IMDb to see what they put as the main title. Right. This one I've seen written as Ghoulies Go to College.
Okay, just straight up.
Yeah, and I think actually in the credits, it also just says Ghoulies Go to College. I don't think it says Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College. But I've seen it more often than not, Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College. And that is a so much more fun way of saying it, because I love the fact that Ghoulies is said twice in your title. They had to really drill it home. I think this is your number 1. This is my number 2.
Yeah, number 1 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Ironically, you like it better than me.
Yeah.
See, you would think the amount of times I talked about Ghoulies 3 that I would be the ones like, obviously Justin's going to like Ghoulies 3 the best. Not so. I know why you like this, because you like what the other part of this movie is, not the Ghoulies part.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm agreeing with you. Yeah. And that's why it's my number 2.
This is when I finally got it. I'm like, all right, They're done with all that ghoulie shit.
Well, they're not. They're
kind of.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of. All right, let's get into the plot. So it opens with an awesome neon green title card. Looked really good. Followed by text on screen that reads 21 years ago. A nerdy-looking guy is performing a ritual of some kind, which summons the Ghoulies, who crash through a window and start talking?
We're here! Said the magic word! Prize time! You win a trip to the Super Bowl! Give it to me!
Okay. The Ghoulies talk in this one. It's an interesting choice. They then proceed to try and shove the nerdy guy down the toilet, but he completes the ritual, I guess, and they all vanish. We then jump ahead to present day at our new setting, Glacier College. We also get our opening credits overtop B-roll from the college, perfectly setting the stage for the shenanigans that are to follow.
Can I take a quick break?
You absolutely may not.
No, keep going.
Cut to a young punk-looking guy writing on the bathroom walls of a now fraternity house where the nerdy guy originally performed the ritual at the beginning. He finds in a break in the wall a comic book with an incantation. He starts reading the text out loud, which seemingly begins to summon the Ghoulies. The character's name is Wes, and he is played by another recognizable voice.
Lux tenebrae, splenetic birth, conjures the spirits of dark mirth. Hermetic words of ancient lore make ghoulies slumber deep no more. Argo pestle vitae sprite through dark fantastic dance of night.
Any idea?
I'm trying to think of which one this was. Yeah,
Okay.
Go ahead.
So as soon as I heard his voice, he was like, "Mama, mama, mama, mama." I'm like, I remember that fucking monotone voice. I'm like, I heard this from something else. I swear to God, I did not pull this out of my ass, Mark. The actor's name is Billy Morissette, who is also in an episode of Freddy's Nightmares, School Days.
Steven, you don't fit in. You're odd. Your clothes, odd. Your ideas, odd. Your behavior, very odd. No wonder they're after you.
What are you on?
One of your least favorite episodes. He's the main guy in that.
Yep.
He was the guy that's like, I'm a productive member of society. Remember that? They ended up like being robots or some shit. Remember that shit?
That
School
was
Days?
definitely one of the ones that you fall asleep to.
Yeah. So, Billy Morissette, 2-time Slash Cinema alum now. Welcome
He's
to the
on
club.
the board, whether
He's
we like it or not.
Yeah. Another Freddy's Nightmares? How many Freddy's Nightmares have we had so far? It's like
just in this franchise?
No, in this franchise.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're at 4
3 or 4,
already.
yeah.
This is wild. We then cut to a group of college kids walking around campus admiring their elaborate pranks they've concocted. It is, in fact, prank week on campus, which I pray is a real thing. I really hope that's a thing. The head of the Beta Zeta Theta fraternity is a young man named Skip Carter, our protagonist for this film. Just then, an older man, Professor Ragnar, crosses their path when a rival fraternity house shoots a water balloon at the back of his head. Professor Ragnar is played by
Kevin McCarthy.
Kevin McCarthy, who you might best know from the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But I mean, he is a career actor.
Yeah.
He shows up in tons of
First
stuff.
time I ever saw him was in a movie called UHF. With
is he the bad guy in that?
He is.
He's the rich asshole?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, with Weird Al.
Yeah.
Weird Al's
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Kevin McCarthy.
Plays the same guy in every movie, and he's fantastic.
He's
at
always
it.
like the stiff, evil, rich, or
Yep.
snobby guy. Yeah. He's playing the stiff, old school professor in this movie. Yeah. Thinking that it was Carter and his crew that threw the water balloon, the crusty professor warns the group they won't get away with their foolish pranks this year, and if he catches them one more time, they'll be expelled, which might be the greatest setup for a movie of all time. Just then, the rival Gamma House fraternity walks up to taunt Beta Zeta after their successful prank. The head of Gamma is a young guy named Jeremy who's wearing the prank crown awarded to the fraternity with the best pranks from the previous year. Please let that also be a real thing. Jeremy and Carter toss barbs at each other as Carter vows to return the crown to its rightful home with Beta Zeta Theta. Ooh, we've got fraternity rivalries here. Carter then tries to talk up a cute girl named Alyn, and we've seen this girl before too.
I was going to say, I hope you're going to catch this one as well.
Played by actress Eva LaRue, she was also in an episode of fucking Freddy's Nightmares, one of my least favorite episodes, Missing Persons.
Yep. That was the food one?
Yeah, that's the babysitter one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then like the noir detective one.
That's right.
Mark, what is happening?
What is Freddy's Nightmares? Why are you in everything? Why are you
Freddy's Nightmares? I mean, we've mentioned little Freddy's Nightmares things before. Ghoulies and Freddy's Nightmares have some weird fucking connection here. This is wild. Yeah. And it's not even like these characters are just like, oh, it was one of the guys in the group. It's like, no. The main guy of Ghoulies II is a main character in an episode of Freddy's Nightmares. Yep. The main love interest in Ghoulies III is a main character in a Freddy's Nightmares episode. It's like, this is fucking wild, man. Just wild connections here between these two. Alyn is mad at Carter because he stood her up for their date to pull some pranks. Just then, the rival Jeremy swoops in to walk her to class. Ooh, that jerk-faced Jeremy. While giving a lecture, Professor Ragnar catches Wes with the Ghoulish Tales comic he found earlier. So, to your point, that might be the only Ghoulie.
And that's not even really a reference to Ghoulies.
It's like ghoulish. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. The professor reads from the comic mockingly, which begins the summoning ritual. Back at Beta Zeta Theta, they're in full party mode while the professor, tired of grading papers, looks again over the Ghoulish Tales comic. The professor realizes the material in the comic matches some of his own books on demonology.
Yeah.
This was stupid.
It's
dumb.
It's a reach.
Dumb.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been a comic book.
Yeah.
Because why was it a comic book?
Well, because otherwise, what would these college kids be reading?
Well, it could have just been a weird book on like rituals and shit. To me, that would have been interesting. Anyways, they could have opened it up and be like, look at these images of demons. Like, that's cool. They're just like stoner kids. Like, or they're a bunch of drunks and party. To me, it's not a stretch that if you found a weird, creepy, satanic book in a wall, you would look it over and read it a bit. I don't know that it needed to be a comic.
Remember, this isn't Ghoulies 1, though, or things got to be serious. This is Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College.
Yeah, but Ghoulies 2 also had the book as well, right? They had What's-His-Face's book. So it's like, it should have been a book.
Well, that's because Ghoulies 2 was still trying to be serious.
It shouldn't have been a comic. The comic was kind of too stupid. It subverts my... I have trouble... what's the phrase when you allow yourself to believe in the fiction. What is that phrase? I have trouble
suspending your disbelief.
Suspending my disbelief. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. I can't suspend my disbelief that a magical comic book exists. A comic book, which, by the way, if the first film's original ritual, let's go deep here for a second.
Yeah, okay.
The first film's original ritual took place 25 years before that film takes place, which is 1984. That would mean that ritual took place in the 60s. Are you telling me that there was a 60s comic book for the Ghoulies? Or does Ghoulies 3 start a new continuity, much like Leprechaun, where these are not exactly the same Ghoulies from the previous movies, which they aren't.
Yeah.
So maybe they have their own individual, unique lore.
Ghoulies is timeless.
Please come down, follow us along this journey as we explore the deep, enriched lore of the Ghoulies films. Back at the Beta Zeta Theta party, Officer Barkus, the head of campus security, warns Carter not to pull any pranks while he's on watch. Aaron shows up and breaks up with Skip, aka Carter.
My letter jacket?
Look, I'm sorry, I just can't see a future with a guy whose sole goal in life is to become crowned Prince of Pranks.
What, so you're serious about this?
Which, by the way, Skip Carter, his name is Skip Carter, but often people call him Skip, often people call him Carter, often people call him Skipper.
Yeah.
So I might be throwing, now you know, if I say one of those, it's the main guy. So she goes and breaks up with him, stating that she can't see a future with a guy whose sole goal in life is to become a prank king. Before leaving him with that jerk-faced Jeremy.
Who is, at present,
the prank king.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's not going with,
Aaron is a stupid character, and we're going to get to that.
Yep.
Curious, the professor finishes reading the text in the comic book, completing the ritual, and summoning the Ghoulies from a fancy-looking toilet in the Beta Zeta Theta house. The Ghoulies then immediately start talking and bickering with one another. Don't really like that. Just then, everyone clears out the Zeta Beta Theta house to throw some pranks, leaving behind only Wes and his date. Professor Ragnar reads more text from the comic book, which teleports the Ghoulies to his office. He freaks out and accidentally teleports them back to the frat house, where they proceed to kill Wes by magically flushing him down the prop toilet. They put on regular clothes, this is the Ghoulies, put on regular clothes and trash the place before hitting the frat stash of beer and getting completely wasted. Skip and his buddy Mookie do a recon mission at the Gamma House, setting up a prank on Jeremy's moped before the Ghoulies show up and just destroy the moped anyways. The next morning, the Beta Zeta Thetas return back to their frat house to find it trashed. They, of course, suspect it was the rival Gamma House. So Skip confronts Jeremy, who doesn't have any idea about their house being trashed, and Skip doesn't have any idea about Jeremy's moped being trashed. So there is a larger antagonist at work here. Once again, the professor conjures the Ghoulies in his office, and he makes it clear he's now in charge, threatening if they don't follow his orders, he'll burn the Ghoulish Tales comic, which is apparently magically linked to them.
Yeah, I guess their existence is tied to this book.
Sure.
Yeah.
He then orders them to steal the prank crown so that he can end the prank war once and for all. Because that's how that would work. The Ghoulies steal the crown from Gamma House along with Officer Barkus's electric cart. Meanwhile, Skip manages to woo Aaron into giving him another chance. Man, she's easy. The Ghoulies bring the crown back to Professor Ragnar, who explains that if the Ghoulies attack him, he'll absorb their flesh and their powers, whatever those are. What? Okay, sure. We get an interesting cameo here. Professor Ragnar's secretary is played by...
Oh, I caught some other ones. But
we missed this one.
Yeah.
Marsha Wallace, a.k.a. the voice of Edna Krabappel on The Simpsons.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I found the Ghoulish Tales you requested. You know, it's a literal translation of a medieval text. Oh, these are ancient spells, Quentin, in an underground comic book. See, they never did get around to publishing it. There was this big fire and excuse me, Quentin, you seem a little distracted.
Does she sound like Edna Krabappel?
Oh, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So that must just be her normal voice. Yeah, Edna Krabappel. Yeah, that's why I immediately... I heard the voice and I went, is that Mrs. Krabappel? Yeah, it's like the exact same. What follows is an escalation in the campus prank war, leading to Skip's expulsion and to falling out with his fraternity. Professor Ragnar loses his mind and orders the Ghoulies to actually kill Skip. Can Skip stop these pint-sized demons, make things right with his frat house, take back his prank king crown, and get the girl? That is the plot of Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, before we get into our pros and cons here, in a way, Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College was never going to live up to the name. whatever movie you thought you conjured in your mind when you heard that title, it was never going to live up to that. The fake movie in your mind was always going to be better. But it's pretty damn fun.
It's pretty good.
I know.
This isn't Rodney Dangerfield. What was the one that he did?
Don't shit on Back to School.
Back to School.
Don't shit on Back to School.
No.
I love Back to School.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you thought it was going to be that,
it's not as good as Back to School. It's also kind of close. Yeah. It's also not as good as Back to School. Mark, take it away. This is your number one.
Yeah.
Get into it.
I think what you came to terms with in the second one, I came to terms with here. This movie's fun.
Absolutely.
They completely get rid of any semblance of horror, and they just decide, all right, you know what? Let's just make a fun movie. This is a little bit of Ghoulies, but it's basically just like Animal House.
Yes,
and every sort of frat boy college movie.
It's a college. It's an 80s college comedy film.
Yeah.
Sorry, it takes place in its early 90s,
Yeah.
but it's a college comedy film.
Yep.
Yes.
And you have all the strokes that go into that, right? The rival houses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got. Sorry, Mark, to cut you off. I have all of them written down conveniently for you here. So my most direct comparison is Wishmaster 3. This is what Wishmaster 3 should have been.
Right. Yeah.
When Wishmaster 3 took place on a college campus, I wanted this.
Right.
Have the Wishmaster doing bong hits with some of the fucking college kids.
Yep.
Have him attending toga parties. Go fucking wild with it. Have him granting wishes that don't kill anyone. They're just wacky for fun. That's what Wishmaster 3 was. Wishmaster 3 went the exact opposite
They
route.
didn't have any Van Wilder in it.
No, Wishmaster 3 went like for stark realism.
Yep.
And the first Ghoulies movie is serious.
Yep.
The second Ghoulies movie is right perfectly in between these two, where it still has some of the horror shit in it. It takes itself a little serious, but it's very campy.
Yep.
And to me, that was the perfect formula. I know it doesn't work for you.
Yep.
3 is just a straight up college comedy movie that has Ghoulies tacked onto
That's
it.
right.
And this might be the perfect, in a sense, college comedy movie. Yeah. Everything you want in a college comedy movie is here. We've got the crusty old professor.
Yeah, he for full points they would have made him a dean.
Yes.
It's always that dean, right? But okay, fair enough.
He's a tenured professor.
That's
so
right.
to me, that's just as good.
He's got the same job.
Yeah.
Laugh if you must, but it'll pay you to remember that as Professor of Humanities, I am also Dean of Students, and your transcripts, your graduation, your future is in my hands. And if this imbecilic prank war between your fraternities continues, the axe will fall.
We've got rival fraternity houses trying to out-prank one another.
Yep.
We've got the good guys, the Beta Zeta Theta, that would be like equivalent to like our Lambda Lambda Lambda, if this is Revenge of the Nerds. Yep. And then we've got the Gamma House, those dastardly Gammas. Awesome. Awesome. We've got the leaders of those fraternities are also rivals. We've got Skip Carter versus Jerkface Jeremy, the head of the Gamma House. We've got over-the-top pranks, college pranks, fun, crazy pranks. There's a big fat party guy. There's a nerdy Asian guy. We've got loads of hot babes.
Lots of sex, like, just...
we've got gratuitous nudity.
Yep.
We've got a panty raid scene in this film. Everything you want this to be is here.
Yep.
And this is where it works.
That's absolutely where it works. Even the inclusion of the Ghoulies, they really just kind of become extra party goers who learn what it's like to live on a college campus. Is basically what their interaction with this story is, right? They find the big fridge full of beer and then just drink all the beer. Like, it's just a stupid movie, but it's stupid in a way that you'll have a good time watching it.
So I think you're going to agree with me on this. The Ghoulies shouldn't be in this film.
Nope. And I've been sort of raising this question since the very top of the show, right? Is this movie a better movie if the Ghoulies aren't a part of it? And this one, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I like this one. One of the reasons why I do like this one is because the Ghoulies are in it very little to begin with, right?
Yes.
To the point where you can almost just take them right out.
Right.
Yeah.
And my problem, I hate the Ghoulies in this movie.
Yeah.
Because the Ghoulies in this movie are annoying. The Ghoulies in 2 were fun to watch. Because to me, the Ghoulies in 2 are the Gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
The Ghoulies in 1 don't act like Gremlins. The Ghoulies in 2 act like Gremlins. They're just doing wild, wacky shit. The Ghoulies in this movie, they try to crank that up even further, and they're kind of just annoying.
Yeah.
The biggest mistake I think they made was giving them speech.
Yeah, I think you're right. If you literally clip their scenes out, the movie is exactly the
So
same.
much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so much better.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the Ghoulies like talking? Because that's a big change.
Yeah, I mean, they had them telling jokes, but so this isn't uncommon for kind of movies like this. I remember when I was a kid, I watched a movie, I think it's called Meatballs 4. I don't know, they made this...
with Corey Feldman.
Is he in that one?
That's the
so
one.
It says, if you haven't seen it, Meatballs is a franchise of like summer camp movies.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those entries, I think it's the 4th one, I remember seeing it on late night TV one day. They find an alien, and the alien kind of just joins the kids, and the alien's kind of just like learning what it's like to be at camp and having fun. And I kind of got the same vibe from this one, that while you didn't like the Ghoulie inclusion, I thought it was okay, because they were just like another element of, and you get to go through the emotions of them learning what
college experience. Like.
Yeah. So I was like, it's fine.
But I don't think they're handled right.
No,
okay.
Yeah,
so the Ghoulies talk.
Yeah.
Mark, how did you feel with their voices?
They're goofy. And
they're
ridiculous,
fucking awful.
Yeah.
So the Ghoulies, instead of just giving them like voices, they gave them over the top cartoonish voices.
So much food all day long, morning, noon, and night. You put a little finger up the John, you know what I'm saying? And your breath all day.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Just
It really is beginning to really piss me off. I don't like the way you breathe all the time.
Boys, knock it off. Let's take it to a round, schmucks.
It's weird because Ghoulies 3 is an R-rated film, 100%. But they made the Ghoulies sound like they would be like more appropriate for a kids movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they also put in like cartoon sound effects every time the Ghoulies are doing things. They've got like bonk sound effects and shit. And they added in, there's like every time the Ghoulies are on screen, they have like a musical cue, like an audio cue where the soundtrack suddenly is very like playful and almost like a circusy. And it just doesn't really fit the tone of this movie. They feel like they should be in like some crappy kids movie.
Boss, your driving's making him sick.
I'm gonna be sick. I shouldn't have had those chili fries.
Oh, yeah.
I need to find the bathroom there.
With the chili fries.
Guys, I'm really gonna be sick.
I'm wrong. It's here. No, sorry. It's this way. Oops, my mistake. Where is that job? Now I remember.
They don't shut the fuck up. Every time every scene with the Ghoulies, they never stop talking.
They have to fill the air with them talking the whole time. Yeah.
It is a fucking cacophony of noise, and it will drive you insane listening to the fucking Ghoulies.
Luckily, they are in this movie fairly sparingly, but you're right. Yeah, it is the Ghoulies are definitely a knock on what would otherwise be a better movie if they just weren't in it, right?
I would have rather, like, I'm not against the idea, because, like, this is the third movie. It's called Ghoulies Go to College. I'm not against the idea of having talking Ghoulies.
Yeah.
I don't think it couldn't work, but don't make them annoying. Don't give them stupid voices.
Yeah.
Don't have them talking nonstop. That to me is like, it's a very cowardly way of doing it. It's like, write smarter jokes for them, because there is some funny like shots with the Ghoulies in here. They do some funny things.
Yeah, they're always talking in puns. Like, let's blow this poop stand. When
But they aren't good.
No.
Write a couple smart, clever one-liners and then have them say it at the appropriate moments.
Yeah.
Like a perfect comparison would be Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Leprechaun, he's not just constantly
He's not blabbering the whole time.
Yeah. And when he does tell jokes, it's usually when he's killed someone and it's like a one-line for a pun.
Yeah.
That's a better way of doing one-liners. Do it that way. Yeah, no, the Ghoulies in this, anytime you use comical music and cartoony sound effects, it's the equivalent of a laugh track. You're trying to tell me where the funny is.
Right.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I fucking hate that in movies. It reminds me of like, remember in Halloween 5, like there was those two cops that were trying to be like comedic relief. And every time they came on screen, they had that weird audio cue that was like circus music.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Which really stood out in a movie
It
like
really
that.
stands out. Yeah. So now the Ghoulies in this movie, I do not like. I think it's a misfire. It's a misfire for me. That's why this wasn't my number one.
Yeah.
I like the Ghoulies in 2, where they're just shit stirs.
Yep. So this is one of those
annoying.
This is one of those instances where I think, like I said before, if you want to watch one entry, if you can only watch one and you want to get an idea of what Ghoulies is, watch number 2. Watch Justin's favorite. If you want to have a good time watching a movie, it's this one, right?
Or it's the one I said, or it's 2. 2 is also still a good time.
Yeah. There's some.
Don't watch 1.
Don't watch. Yeah, you can avoid watching 1. There's some other cameos in this movie.
Oh, please.
I'm surprised.
Let's hear it.
You
Let's have it
didn't catch.
going. Let's go.
A pre-Scream Matthew Lillard.
Oh, I saved that. Yes,
Okay,
yes. So I saved it. Yeah.
Okay.
So Matthew Lillard.
Yep.
I think it's Lillard.
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard has a, I believe he's credited. It's his first on-screen appearance in a film, and he has no lines.
He's essentially kind of just a young version of the same character he would go on to play in Scream, like kind of just a goofy.
Yeah, so he is a member of the Beta Zeta Theta House.
Yep.
He's one of the
good guys.
Yeah, no, he's one of the good guys. Yeah, those are the good guys.
Yeah.
He's one of the background frat brothers who he's a non-speaking role.
Yep.
He
He's
kind of
there.
just like cheers on and just it's funny to see him pop up. Yeah. So no, I did have that one, and I have one other one.
Yep.
Is it one of the hot chicks? Is that one of the ones?
No, it's not the one I got.
Oh, okay. We're just.
Yeah.
Welcome
it's
to
full.
Yeah, welcome to Slash Cinema, the show where we just give you cameos in random horror films. One of the hot chicks, Veronica, is played by Hope Marie Carlton, who also played Girlfriend in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Okay. So we have another girlfriend role.
Yep.
Sure.
I think I'm going to say this. Patrick Laborto from Summer School. Summer School is another.
I know what it is, but
as soon as I saw him in this, I'm like, yes, that just reinforces
Makes
what
sense.
this is,
Yeah,
right?
what this is.
Guy that plays Officer Barkus also played.
I've seen him in things.
Yeah, I know you're going to recognize. As soon as I say this, he played a corrupt cop in RoboCop 2.
Yes, yeah.
That's
He's
right.
the guy that RoboCop fucks up at the arcade.
That's right.
He's like smashes his face into the arcade glass.
So it's funny to see him play a similar
Duffy. Officer Duffy,
That's
I think
right.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays
You
a-
are a terrible cop, Officer Duffy.
He smashes his face
into the arcade glass.
So in this one, he's like a goofy cop, and in that one, he's just a corrupt
He's a
cop. So it's
sleazeball.
kind of a
Yeah.
But
he also has one of the funniest lines in the movie. Do you remember what he says?
in this one,
Yeah.
he has a few.
Well, so
yeah.
he goes to one of the sorority houses, which is where I think it's Erin is her name. It's like Erin's sorority house, and
that was cringy.
It's funny.
It's just,
he's just such a slime ball in the scene. So he goes to the sorority house and he's like, I just want you to know there's word around campus that you guys are about to be targeted for a panty raid.
Yeah.
Probably the best thing for you guys to do is just take all your panties and let me safeguard your
I'll hold on to
panties.
them for you.
I'll hold. It's probably the best thing to do. Like,
I'm here to warn you about the inevitable panty raid tonight.
Oh, right.
Look, if you want to foil the frats, you can lock your windows, you can close the doors. Chances are those guys are going to come in anyway. But if you and the gals were to give me your panties, then I could take them home and keep them real safe. And I'd give them back to you on Monday or Tuesday. Or I'd have them back by Friday.
What? But it reminds you of the time because you would never get away with a line or a scene like this today. But at the time, it was still kind of acceptable to
do panty raids. I don't know that you're allowed to do panty raids anymore.
No, exactly right. But late 80s, early 90s was still kind of in the that's acceptable. Not today, right? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if a security guard on any campus was to suggest to a sorority house that they leave their panties with him to safeguard for protection, he would be terminated immediately.
That's right.
Which is unfortunate because I think that it was a more fun time when panty raids were a thing and it was a more fun time when, we could have goofball, lovable characters where it's like, he's a bit of a slime ball, but he never crosses the line. So that's okay, That's what I'm saying.
Quite possibly the greatest cameo that I'm surprised you missed this one. Kane Hodder is in this movie.
Yeah, no, I have it.
Oh, you got
it. Yeah, no. Right. So this leads into my next point.
Okay.
We are now, if Ghoulies 2 had any semblance of seriousness to it, which it did, Ghoulies 3 removes all of that.
Throws it all out.
We are in full-on goofball mode. So within the first 5 minutes of this movie, we have a guy getting hit in the nuts and another guy rolling around in a mop bucket like a Three Stooges bit. The guy in the bucket is an uncredited cameo by Kane Hodder.
Yep.
3-time Slash Cinema alumni, Kane Hodder. 4-time. 4
he's
times.
He's got to be up there.
I think it's 4 because Wishmaster, Friday, Nightmare. No, not Nightmare. Because that's Ken Kersinger. So 3. I think 3. We've mentioned Kane Hodder a couple times.
I'm sure he's in an episode.
Yeah, we're probably missing
Freddy's
another
Nightmare.
one. But Infinite Slash Cinema alumni, Kane Hodder. Yeah. But that just goes to the tone of this movie. It's full on goofball.
Yeah. He's mopping the stairs outside. Like, who mops outside?
Mark, you need to set up the Three Stooges bit. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I remember thinking, like, what is he actually trying to do here?
He could have been trying to mop up, like someone could have puked or something. You couldn't just sweep that.
Yeah, I guess so.
And it's a college campus. Yeah. Don't question the logic of Ghoulies 3. Ghoulies go to college. Perhaps the best thing this has going for it is the prank week plot setup. It's perfect for this type of movie. A prank week? That works so well. Rival fraternities going up against each other? That's all fucking awesome. Debatably, like all of these college comedy movies, most of them have some sort of prank element, but the whole prank war and they're trying to go after like a prank crown. That's such a fun idea.
They start it right off at the beginning.
Yes.
That's basically,
they're walking around.
That's basically the plot of the movie.
It literally is. They're walking around and they're seeing all these random pranks are going off on campus. And that's awesome. There's some other fun ones. The inflatable crocodile in Professor Ragnar when he's trying to give the lecture. Like, they put like an inflatable crocodile like in his like podium or something. The golf cart, they put like a sex doll in Barkus's golf cart, and then they just like make it so it's like always driving and he's gonna like chase after it. There's the slingshot prank when the two guys are like pissing.
Yeah, he makes them pee on the other guy.
He uses the slingshot to make a noise, and the guy like turns. He's like, "Oh, what's that?" And he pisses on the guy beside him. It's clever. Prank week. That's awesome. I do have a problem here, though, with the movie. I think the movie made a misstep.
Okay.
And if they had done this, this might have been my number 1. Because one of the things I love about 2 is I love that by the end of that movie, the Ghoulies are everybody's problem.
Yeah.
The Ghoulies they're the secondary antagonists, but they become the primary. Hardin, the rich asshole, is the main bad guy until he's not.
Right.
Then now all of a sudden we have the threat of the Ghoulies. And I fucking love that all of the Carnival folk team up. You've got like the fire breathing guys, like breathing fire at the Ghoulies. And like the one guy has a gun underneath like his traction.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The Carnies versus Ghoulies, that's so fun. They missed the opportunity to have the two frat houses team up to go against the larger threat of the Ghoulies. I think that would have made for a better plot, better resolution at the end, and I think it would have incorporated the Ghoulies more effectively.
Yeah.
Because essentially they just kind of show up randomly. It's mostly just shots of them doing things on campus, not interacting with any of the main cast.
Yeah.
They don't interact with them until the end.
Yeah, you're right. Like the Ghoulies don't exactly go to college. Like they don't go to class or anything like that.
No.
So I'm with you. Like if you want to involve them more,
incorporate,
then
them
that's a better way, a good way to do it. I wanted to see them less. So
I mean, I just cut them out of the movie.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you were going to use them better,
if you were going to make a Ghoulies movie, that's a better way to do it.
Well, and they had a scene when they just abandoned this. So there's a scene in the movie where they're in class, and it's Jeremy and Skip are both in the same class. It's Ragnar's class, and Ragnar's like bringing up like pranks that have been happening around college, around campus, and both Skip and Jeremy have a moment where they realize they're not responsible for these pranks.
Like, I didn't do that. Yeah.
And the other guy's also like, I didn't do it either.
And I didn't trash your bike. I didn't trash Barkis's cart. Oh, yeah. And one more thing. I didn't raid your panties. There's somebody else in this picture. Somebody with some answers.
Yeah, like who kidnapped our buddy Wes?
Right.
And who stole the pranking crown?
We didn't steal no crown.
Yeah, we didn't kidnap Wes.
The hell you didn't!
The hell you didn't.
See, there's some weird shit going down here, and it's not the Gammas, and it's not the BZTs.
That's the moment they could have been like, oh, let's put our differences aside. There's a third party at play here.
Yeah.
And they don't do that. And instead, they take it too far, and then the rival Jeremy, like, he kidnaps Skip and like beats him up, and then his plan is to get Skip arrested.
Yeah. It's a little too
a little too mean-spirited.
Yeah.
Not enough. Wasn't fun and playful enough. Yeah. And that to me, they dropped the ball there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mark, what else do you want to talk about?
Yeah, it's not perfect, but again, it's fun. If you watch this one, you won't be disappointed spending the time. Again, it's really short. These are all really short, right? So if you want to see one, get some friends together. I would have liked to have seen this in a theater, I think, with a bunch of other people just laughing at the stupidity of what this movie was.
Oh, this should have been
right?
a double bill for you, me, and Kevin and Paul. Just Ghoulies 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't really like 2. Well, you have to sit through it. Maybe the rest of us like 2.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Aaron for a second. Yet another character where the main character, yet another example where the male lead and the female lead have no chemistry.
Yeah.
There's just no chemistry. Aaron's character sucks. So her entire relationship with Skip boils down to Skip lies to her and manipulates her to get laid. And then Aaron keeps falling for this, but then she'll catch Skip in awkward situations, and then she's mad at him for being himself, because we already know Skip's a party animal. And it's like, fuck, guys, just give it up. Like, you guys don't work together. Like, move on. And then at the end of the movie, after she's broken up with him maybe the third time, she just shows up and forgives him for virtually no reason.
And suddenly she's all in on Skip at that point,
has
right?
no problem with it. She's like, no, I'm cool with this.
Yeah, it almost feels like they have to have a
love interest.
Yeah,
but
plot.
write it better.
But just
write her better. Don't make her don't make her, if your main character's like, I'm the prince of pranks.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he's a part of that whole ecosystem. You can't write a female character that's like, oh, you guys are so immature with your dumb pranks. It's like, and it's not believable at the end where she's like suddenly just won over for no reason. It's like she's won over because they wrote it that way.
Yeah.
It's not believable that her character would have
there
that
was
reaction.
I don't remember there being a reason why she suddenly bought in.
I think the only reason is because she saw Jeremy like essentially almost try to kill Skip. So she was like, well, this guy's pure evil, so I can't be with him.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean you go back to the other guy. It just means you don't.
If anything, you should go for Barkis.
There you
It's
go.
A man in uniform.
Yep.
He's got a respectable job.
He's got a career.
He takes it seriously. He's trying to protect your panties.
That's right. Barkis.
I only want to talk about the ending unless you got anything else, Mark.
Nope.
Throw it back to you. Let's get to the ending. So Professor Ragnar just loses his mind at the end. He just goes insane. And he ties up Alyn for some reason. I didn't quite get why he does this.
Yeah.
He ties her up so that we have a plot device to get Skip to try to go save her. And then Ragnar tries to like stab and kill Skip. I'm like, this is getting like, it's like, this is coming out of nowhere. It's like, okay, why are you trying to murder? It's like his solution to Skip is to kill Skip.
Like we know the classic archetype is that the dean and the head of the they're going to butt heads, right? That's fine. You don't have to even tell us that, but the escalation to go from that Skip, I'm gonna fail him, to I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, those damn Beta Zeta Theta boys!
Yeah.
I'll get you. Yeah. I'll get you, Beta Zeta Theta House, by killing you.
It's like in Revenge of the Nerds, they just threatened to take away their house status. Like they didn't
or expel them.
That's right. They didn't want to murder them.
Yeah, and Skip and I believe the frat, they all get expelled anyways. I think. I don't think they ever do. No, I think they do.
I mean, because that would go against Skip's like, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm gonna start taking things seriously.
Yeah, but he does get expelled. They get expelled at the end.
Does he?
Yeah, because that's their big. Remember, Mookie and Skip have like a falling out because Skip's like, guys, we're gonna like, if we don't fix this, we're gonna get expelled. And Mookie's like, man, you're turning your back on the prank war. Remember, they have that little falling out.
Right, but I thought they
no, I'm pretty sure
turned that around.
I think the movie just wants you to forget, and it's they all got reinstated. I don't know. So then Skip grabs the Ghoulish Tales comic book, and because he has the comic book, he can control the Ghoulies.
Yep.
He instructs the Ghoulies to attack Ragnar, causing the Ghoulies and Ragnar to fuse into a green goop before being reborn as a hybrid super Ghoulie, which is like, it's basically Kevin McCarthy with a large face of a Ghoulie prosthetic on his chest.
Yep.
And I think they might have given him like ghoul hands.
If you look, I believe it's the same character on the front of the comic book.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool little connection. And then he shows up at the frat house and attacks Alyn and Skip. And then Skip just flushes the comic book, which magically flushes Ragnar.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how else are you going to end something like that?
I do find it very funny, though. I don't know if you caught this. So, like, Professor Ragnar is like, I don't want any of those pranks, you young punks. Do you know, when he turns into the super Ghoulie and he storms the frat house, did you catch what he's wearing?
Does he have the crown on?
Yeah, he's wearing the prank crown. And I'm like, what? Does this suddenly have meaning to you? Why are you wearing this? Like, that's an odd choice, but okay. And so then Beta, Zeta, Theta, the rest of the house show up and are like, hey, Skipper, the judges voted and BZT won the crown. Yeah. What judges?
Yeah.
Who is judging this? How do you judge a prank contest? Fuck all that.
How do you win?
Yeah. Whatever. Forget that. Mookie and Skip make up. Skip dons the prank king crown and declares, let's party.
Let's party!
End of movie.
Yep.
Perfection.
Piece de resistance.
Should this be how every movie ends?
Yeah. Party!
Let's party! The amount of films that have that let's party line where when music kicks in, it's just, it's amazing.
Freeze frame, credits start coming up.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. And everybody's just kind of, you know, the music they're dancing to probably doesn't match the credits music, but it doesn't matter. It's awesome. Yeah. I do love the ending for how dumb it is. But I just find it funny. There's like the prank contest. I wish they had fleshed that out a little bit so it wasn't just such a last minute, hey, we won.
Yeah.
It's like, we kind of needed to know a little bit more on how that works.
Like they want the movie to end on a good news high note, right? So they're like, how can we do that? I don't know. Resolve the prank contest. You win.
You win. You guys win. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about Ghoulies 3? Ghoulies
The only thing I'll say is Kevin McCarthy, thank you very much for leaning into this so heavily. I love that you played this role. You play the same character in every movie you're in. But
he's really chewing the scenery in this one.
Yeah.
That ending where he's in that prosthetic, I thought, they got you to do that, huh?
But you know what?
You were in Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, you were in some like serious stuff, but
art.
Ghoulies 3. But you know what? On the flip side, thank you for not thinking that you were better than this and having a lot of fun with it. Because, yeah.
Are we ready to move along?
I think so.
Our final entry. This is from 1994. Ghoulies 4. So this would be the last time we'd ever hear from our ghoulie friends, sadly. It's been 22 years since the last Ghoulies movie, as of 2026. Weirdly, not even some random Eastern Bloc country picked up the rights and cranked out some like direct-to-video.
No Hellraiser entries.
There's been, over the years, there's been many rumors of new productions starting and yada yada, but Ghoulies exists in a 9-year period. If you go from 85, let's just say if it's 85 to 94. If you want to say 84, it's a 10-year period.
Yep.
Very short period. It's like this little flash in the pan for these Ghoulies films. Mark, I already know where you have it. This is my number 3.
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Putting this above part 2 is also shocking to me. Yeah. This is a different genre.
Yeah. I love that you said that.
It is a very different genre. Yeah. So Ghoulies 1 and 2, horror. Ghoulies 1 is horror. Ghoulies 2 is horror comedy.
Yeah.
Ghoulies 3 is full-on comedy. It is a college comedy.
Yep.
Ghoulies 4 is an action movie.
It is.
This is an action movie. This is 100% an action movie. Let me get into the plot. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, yeah, if part 3 was your frat house comedy, which was very popular in the 80s, then this was your 90s action erotic thriller.
Buddy comedy or buddy cop movie.
I said it has a very like Shannon Tweed, Billy Blanks feel to it.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Yes. Yes. Good references there. So it opens with a hot babe in black leather breaking into some kind of warehouse. This is our lead antagonist, Alexandra. She then wastes no time murdering several security guards with her bare hands, a shuriken, and a gun. Jesus.
Yeah. Like, it is not uncommon to have characters be thieves, but to have them kill people right from the start sets a tone.
With zero hesitation. Yeah, I was like, okay. Alexandra cracks one of the wooden crates in the warehouse and finds a red jewel. She then draws a pentagram on the ground and performs a ritual with the dead security guards' bodies, which summons some mysterious guy in a cloak. The man vanishes, though, after Alexandra steps into the pentagram. She then proceeds to flee the crime scene as 2 ghoulies manifest in the circle. One of the ghoulies is played by, I don't know if you caught this.
Oh, I didn't. No.
One of the ghoulies is played by 2-time Slash Cinema alum, little person actor Tony Cox.
Okay.
You had the cameo in Leprechaun 2.
That's right.
In the bathroom scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he's like, want some of me gold?
I know exactly who it is.
Yeah.
They were wearing.
It's Tony Cox.
Yeah,
but he's. So we'll just spoil this now.
Yeah.
The ghoulies in this movie, not animatronic puppets. They are actual little person actors in costume.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Yep.
Terrible decision, but we'll get into that. We then cut to our title card and cut back to 2 cops staked out in a car. One of them is Officer Jonathan Graves, once again played by returning actor Peter Liapis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the first time we've had a character from a previous entry come back to be the same character, right?
And as you're going to see, really serves zero purpose.
It didn't align at all.
He's not really even playing that character. So yeah,
it's actually kind of awkward trying to think of him being the same person. Yeah.
Yes.
You should have just not done that at all. But yeah.
Officer Graves steps out to grab a cup of coffee when he finds a shady looking figure inside. His instincts prove on point as the man proceeds to pull out a shotgun and rob the store. Officer Graves jumps into action as a shootout ensues in the shop, but Officer Graves gets the drop on the bad guy and proceeds to shoot and kill the robber before delivering a one-liner.
Attention, Haymart shoppers. Clean up on aisle 4.
Yes! This is fucking awesome. Yes, I loved this. Later that night, while cleaning up the crime scene, Graves' female captain named Kate shows up, played by...
I didn't know.
No, this is a Justin reference. Barbara Alyn Woods, who some of you might know from the TV show One Tree Hill, the prestigious drama One Tree Hill.
You know, I don't know how we're friends. Like knowing that, and understand, folks, he loves these like teen melodrama shows.
Yes.
Like,
100%.
But
but I will say it's a side of me that I keep hidden from the rest of you guys because I know you guys have no interest in it.
Yeah.
I'll bring up things to get a reaction out of you guys, but I don't ever try to attempt to. I know it's trash.
Yeah.
It is a what's the
guilty pleasure?
It's a guilty pleasure. It is a guilty pleasure for me. I know these shows are shit.
Yeah.
But something about them just tickles me the right way.
I gotta tell you, I am incredibly envious of Justin's DVD collection. Like he's got like some good rare cuts, like limited editions.
Cream of the crop.
Every time I come over, I always have to go. I mean, I've seen it 100 times and I love going over it. But there's this one section where he's got these like deluxe editions of the OC and One Tree Hill.
I don't actually own One Tree Hill, but
he's
I have
all his-
True Blood.
I'm just like,
yeah, let's blinders on that stuff.
Yeah.
Human beings are diverse and interesting characters with
I love
layers.
that you are who you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say human beings have layers, Mark, and I know what these are.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
gives
thing.
me shit because I like Dune, but here he is. What?
Well, Dune is boring. One Tree Hill and the OC and that's like there is some wild shit going on in that. You know, Dune is just so slow. You know what? You know what? The OC. It's like, anyways. Okay, so Kate is John's former partner and former lover, because of course. And she's worried that he's on the edge of burning out and needs to take a vacation. Seeing that his new partner is not fit for duty after the shootout, she steps up to fill in as Officer Graves' temporary partner, which is not at all how that would happen, considering her ranking. Meanwhile, underground in the city sewers, Alexandra performs the ritual again to summon the mysterious man Faust. Faust explains in order for him to be fully resurrected, he needs the red jewel that Jonathan Graves possesses, which I know what they're referencing, but they fucked it up. What are they referencing, Mark? Do you remember this?
I mean, I just got this felt like Wishmaster to me the whole time.
Right, sure, but they're specifically talking about in Ghoulies 1. What is Jonathan Graves given as a baby?
Yeah, he's got that
he's got
medallion.
He's got the pendant,
Yeah,
like
it's like a stone or something.
It's here's the thing. In this movie, they make it into like a red jewel that's like on his neck. But in reality, it's more just like a talisman.
Yeah.
It's just like a protective talisman that's on a necklace.
And I was trying to think,
but they retcon it and make it like a jewel on a necklace.
Is it supposed to be the same one?
Yes.
I think it probably is,
No,
but
it is.
just to your point, they didn't execute it well at all.
No,
Yeah.
because they could have used a flashback showing it from part 1, right? Because there actually is there's flashbacks in this. So, anyways, odd decision. So, I guess that when Alexandra originally did the ritual, when she stepped into the pentagram, for some reason, that fucked up the ritual, and then she had a red jewel, but then she dropped it, and then it disappeared. So then now Faust is like, the only red jewel left is owned by Jonathan Graves, so you better go get it, otherwise I can't come back.
Yeah, I had a really hard time kind of wrapping my head around what the hell was going on with all that.
It's the worst part of the movie.
Yeah.
Just like, again, the Ghoulies part of that, because technically still connected to some of... No, I guess it really... I don't know. It's all dumb. John and Kate respond to a call at the warehouse from the opening, which is now a crime scene. While investigating the scene, the Ghoulies, who hung around for some reason, recall John. They actually have a flashback scene, so they show flashback footage from one, so they're like, that's the guy from Ghoulies 1.
Basically,
we recognize him. Yeah. Detective, sorry, not Officer Graves. I had that mistaken. Detective Graves suspects there's more to this crime scene than a simple B&E. Kate presses him, and he admits he recognized an ancient language spray painted on the outside of the building. Why did Alexandra do that? Because remember, she's working alone.
Yeah.
Why would she have sprayed that on the outside of the building as almost like a calling card?
Like, what are you trying to do?
Like, remember,
with that?
she's not with a... So in the other movies, there's a satanic cult group.
Yeah.
She's working alone.
Yep.
So who spray painted that? Why did she spray paint that? I don't know. It's almost like Ghoulies 4 isn't written as tightly as I would expect it to be. Yeah. The Ghoulies then stow away in John's car in an attempt to get close to him. While John steps into a convenience store to get milk, the Ghoulies fire John's shotgun by mistake. John runs back outside in time to see the Ghoulies fleeing the scene. Alexandra then appears before John's former doofy partner and seemingly fucks him for some reason. I guess just to brainwash him through pussy power. I don't know what the hell the point of that was. That night, while passed out, John's girlfriend takes the red jewel necklace from around his neck, thinking it looks pretty. The next day, Alexandra uses the hapless ex-partner to call John, saying they need to meet because he has info about the case. So John goes back to the museum warehouse from the opening because different locations cost money. Jonathan then comes face to face with another one of his exes, revealed to be Alexandra. What? So he has two exes in this movie, both of which are hot babes, both of which are in his life at the current moment. It's
I mean, technically 3.
You're talking about also his current girlfriend, or no? Who is the other ex?
Well, there's
there's Kate, the cop.
Yep.
There's Alexandra. Who's the other ex?
Well, I don't know if you would consider them dating, but he has a special relationship with another female in this movie.
I don't remember this at all. Who are you talking
what was
about?
her name?
I don't know which
I think
character
she
you're
was
talking
the
about.
prostitute. But they kind of have they're a little close.
Was there a scene where he goes to her for information or something?
No, I mean they wake up together.
Oh no, that's his girlfriend though.
Oh, is that
no, you're talking about his girlfriend.
Yeah, what's her name?
I don't. Girlfriend. Her name is girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
Her name is girlfriend. Yeah. So then it turns out that Alexandra was John's former partner, and while they were lovers, basically the two got into the dark arts. So, which is kind of fucked up because you'd think after part 1, John would have written all that shit off. So there's a whole backstory that we never saw that would have taken place between Ghoulies 1 and Ghoulies 4, where John went hard back into the dark arts, was dating this girl Alexandra, and then she basically lost her mind and tried to kill him, and then she got locked up in an asylum, and she's been in an asylum ever since, which she's obviously now escaped from. After realizing John doesn't have the jewel, Alexandra leaves and sicks the mind-controlled Scotty, who was the former partner, against John. The two have a fight where Scotty pulls his gun, forcing John to tap into some of his black magic to save himself. While searching John's apartment for the jewel, Alexandra discovers the Ghoulies hiding. Nothing comes of that scene. Faust gets annoyed with the delay completing his summoning and threatens Alexandra. So Alexandra kidnaps John's girlfriend. What was her name?
Janine.
Janine.
Yep.
It's very important that we know that. What follows is John finally fessing his shady past to Kate, including the bit about Alexandra. He also reveals that Faust is like an evil version of himself whose summoning would also kill John. Alexandra does another ritual offering John's girlfriend as a sacrifice. Faust, aka Evil Jonathan, appears, causing good-ish John to vanish. Can Kate's love bring John back? Or will Faust get his way and do something?
Whatever.
I don't know what he wanted.
Yeah.
That is the plot of Ghoulies IV.
Yeah.
Ghoulies make an action movie. Yeah. Yeah, this one's wild.
I think just don't question the plot and you're going to be okay.
So I had more fun than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot more fun than I was expecting. This was my number two. No, this is my number 3. So this is my number 3. Because I like the college one better than this, just because I like college comedies better. The tone of this movie is a little crazy because you're expecting after Ghoulies 1, 2, and 3, it's going to be a little horror maybe, but it might be a little comedy. This one's just an action movie.
Drop the gun! Drop it now or I swear by Allah I will kill you! Relax. Don't shoot. I'm a cop. I will kill you! I'm a cop! No! You idiot! I said I'm a cop!
It's like they're at the point now where they're just taking movie archetypes and applying the Ghoulies name, and they're just going to experiment with all the different types, right? Like you would expect the next one to be like a Western or something like
and
that.
The Ghoulies are just in that for some reason. Yeah. This, I have written down, this is the exact type of terrible straight-to-video action movie Mark and I watch regularly.
Yep.
This
and
is literally,
yeah.
This is the type of crap we watch. Like this is shit that I order for us from like MVD Rewind and Vinegar Syndrome and all this, these boutique label stuff. It's like, this is the crap we watch when we do our schlockathons.
That's right.
Is these movies. And then you've got the Ghoulies have just kind of been shoved into this movie. Why? Why are the Ghoulies here?
Yeah.
They don't really, they serve like no purpose other than, so my only thought is they exist, I guess, to try to get some people based on, we've got Ghoulies 4 over here, try to hook some people based on the Ghoulies brand.
Right.
So you might try to fool some people thinking like it might be kind of like the other Ghoulies movies, maybe. So you got somewhat of name recognition.
Otherwise you can't use the name, right? Like if you don't have Ghoulies in it.
But I mean, they could have called this, like if you just took the Ghoulies out of this movie and called it, I don't know, whatever.
Street Heat or something like that.
Street Heat. Good name. Street Heat. I like that. Yeah. I can't think of, I can't, that was very quick. That was good, Mark. I guess Street Heat was good. Yeah. But something like that, like just a basic generic sexy action cop movie, which they made a million of these in the 80s and 90s. You don't need the Ghoulies. So it's an odd choice to put them in.
Yep.
I felt they existed to pad out the runtime.
Yeah. I can't remember how long this one was, but it was also sub 90 as well.
But most of the screen time of the Ghoulies is them just doing things.
Yep. Yeah.
And
you could even,
nowhere near their main cast. So it's just shots of them doing stuff.
I mean, you could even keep the satanic plot element and still take the Ghoulies out, because once they come out, they don't really interact with anybody. I mean, they're the ones that shoot the shotgun through the roof of his police car. But I mean, you could do that any number of ways, right? You're right. Like, just if there was ever a movie in this franchise where you could literally just leave them out, it was this one. But I get it. If they want to pitch this as a Ghoulies movie and use that name recognition, they're going to have some Ghoulies in it, which...
And I almost wish they had the confidence to just make this a straight action movie, because the action shit in here is actually kind of good.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. The opening shootout in the shop,
that
was pretty fucking fun. Yeah, it was awesome. There is an entire sequence where Faust takes control of one of the museum warehouse employees' cars, and you get this fun sequence where she's now a unwilling passenger in this possessed car that's like racing around town, crashing into cars, and it's a really well done action sequence, including some great crashes, and then they just blow up the fucking car in a really good explosion.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff here. The warehouse fight is also pretty fun.
Yeah.
There's good action stuff here. Kind of just wish they had the balls to just do that.
Yeah.
Like just make the whole thing that. We got a buddy cop dynamic set up. So we've got John and Kate are paired up with each other. And John is clearly like, he's like the renegade cop that plays by his own rules. And he's partnered with the uptight, by the book professional Kate.
What's with the radio?
I took it out.
You what?
It was bothering me. It was too noisy. I took it out.
You can't do that.
Well, I did it, so what?
You put it back in tomorrow, that's what.
I'll think about it.
Jesus, Jonathan, you haven't changed, have you? Whatever you want to do, you do. No rules.
It's easier than always playing by the rules.
That actually worked really well for me. And I liked that they were also former lovers.
Yeah.
So they're always like throwing little barbs at one another, personal attacks.
Yeah. That you get the sense that, she followed all the rules and did things right. And that's why she was promoted to captain. Whereas, he wasn't, and he's still where he is, but she still kind of wishes that she had that life. And so at this first opportunity to sort of get back into business with him, I thought you pointed it out the best. There is no way that the captain of the police force is going to be doing beat cop type stuff. But, I noted throughout the movie, I'm like, doesn't she have like another job to do? Apparently she doesn't, other than follow
she has all the time
John
in the
around.
world to just be a part of John's case and go along for that ride.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even though she's police captain.
That's right.
It's probably whoever wrote it didn't understand the ranks.
That's
It's like captain is, from what I know, very high in the police rankings.
You are overseeing many other officers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
nah.
because like that outranks like lieutenant and sergeant. Like captain?
If you're the again, I'm not in the police, but
because like I don't know where chief or commissioner is.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, but I'm pretty sure it's just below those ranks. So anyways, wild. Peter Liapis returns. Jonathan Graves returns. It is so fucking jarring.
Yeah.
Going from, if you watch these movies within a relatively like tight window, going from John in part 1 to John in part 4, they're not the same character.
Right. I almost wonder if you didn't watch these movies the way that we did, where we watched them in a relatively compacted time frame. If you watched 1 and then you saw part 4 like 10 years later, would you even think that it was the same character?
No.
Like, because there's no real reference to him in the first one.
No, there's
like,
references. No, there's references.
They call out that he has dealt with this in the past, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he was in
there's a couple scenes where he has a little bit of trauma over like his past.
But there's no flashbacks to the first one, is there?
There's a couple.
Is there?
There's a couple. Yeah, there's a couple little flashbacks. Yeah, because they show him in. Remember the Ghoulies when they first see him? They're like, "That's the guy." So
that's true.
Yeah, and
he looks
I think
completely different.
He does look completely different. Well, he looks like an action star
Yeah.
type of guy. That's what they're trying to make him look. They're trying to make him look like Action Man, Action Cop Man, right? But I kind of I respect the balls of the filmmakers to just be like, you know what? Let's just reinvent this character and make him cool, because John in the first movie is just nothing.
Yeah, it would have been a terrible decision to bring him back as the same guy.
No, the way that you would probably do that would be he would be the unwilling consultant that they would go to be like, he would get pulled into another detective's case unwillingly. Yeah. Instead, they're just like, no, he's like an action guy, and he's like having shootouts and giving one-liners, and they just reinvent the character. The character in 1 is boring, and they made the character fun. And it's not like something where Ghoulies is such a prestigious, storied franchise, and it's not like Jonathan Graves was such a don't mess with Jonathan Graves. That's our Laurie Strode. It's like he was only in the first one, and the formula's been changed 3 times since then.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like you're bringing Dr. Loomis back, but this time he's like ripped open, muscly.
Yeah. So like, why the fuck not?
Yeah. Mess around with it.
Bring him back and make him a burnt out alcoholic cop.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny. Yeah. And it fits the cheesy action movie they're trying to make.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with it. Did you think about the connection he has with the villain Alexandra? I actually liked that. I mean, it fit more in line with the connection with 1. It's probably the strongest bit.
Yeah.
I like the idea, because I like characters with depth. Alexandra could have just been, I'm a sexy minion girl of Faust, and I've got to resurrect my master. Instead, it's like, no, there's this whole other plot.
There's a little bit of history there.
Yeah, there's a whole other thing where she doesn't necessarily hate John, because her and John were lovers, and John opened her eyes to this other world, and then she went headfirst in, whereas John pulled himself out and was like, John's still troubled by that. He clearly has a little bit of PTSD.
Yeah, he calls the, what do they call it? There's a name for it, the Hochstadter Mental Hospital. I think he does this on a frequent basis to check in on her, because I think he feels guilty that she got caught up in this.
Yes.
And he was able to get out of it.
He's holding on to the guilt.
Yep.
Yeah. And he at the end, he tries to reconcile and apologize with her.
I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was doing.
You opened the gates, and your evil side came through, laid with me in my bed, kissed me, caressed me, made love to me. I want it back, and I'll have it back, and you'll take his place in hell. Come on, incant Jonathan. Step back into the darkness you turned your back on.
Just a little bit of depth. I'm giving them credit where it's like, give your villain just a little bit of depth. It goes a long way. And that tied it to the first one way better. Where it was like, there was this whole dark period of John's life we never saw. And it also because you were saying like, they don't feel like the same character. But it kind of makes sense that after he went through some fucked up shit from 1, and then I'll just call it 2.5, the Alexandra arc that you never saw.
Yeah.
He's now just this jaded renegade cop guy that doesn't really give a fuck about much. Because after you've seen the shit that guy's seen, I could believe more why he would be such a piece of shit to other people and why he would have trouble maintaining relationships.
Real human relationships.
Yeah. I kind of get that. It kind of makes sense to me. It's a little more. I'm trying to give Ghoulies 4 more credit than it probably deserves. But
I mean, it's not a bad movie though. Like overall,
it's not a bad. No, the movie's fucking trash. It's not a bad action movie. The movie's not a good movie though. It's not a bad cheesy schlocky action movie. Yeah. Mark, what do you want to talk about?
No, I think just the I love the idea that, and this only works for franchises that I'm not really digging very much. But remember when we did Hellraiser? I liked the entries where they just kind of went off and did their own detective stories.
One.
So by the time Ghoulies realizes, all right, this whole Ghoulies thing isn't working for us. Let's just do a
make an action movie.
Let's just do an action movie. That's why those are my two favorites, because to me, I don't care about the Ghoulies.
That's why you don't like Ghoulies 2, because Ghoulies 2 is the Ghoulies movie.
So I think, faithful viewer, if you've seen any of these, if you're watching this because you are a fan of the Ghoulies, you probably disagree with me entirely, because I think this is really where you draw the line. Do you like your Ghoulies movies with Ghoulies or not? And I definitely like the ones where they're really not a part of it, where which is disappointing, because then, there's nothing about the Ghoulies that I really like. Then it's just an opportunity to tell different stories. But I got to tell you, they were just more enjoyable to me.
I want to talk about the Ghoulies in this movie.
Yeah, don't.
They are fucking awful.
Yeah.
They're awful. So once again, like part 3, the Ghoulies talk.
Yeah.
And once again, they don't shut up, and it's instantly annoying. And again, it's like they changed their styles. So they don't sound the same as they do in 3, and yet they're somehow equally annoying.
Hey, man, he's the key to get us out of here. Come on, let's follow him. Follow me, let's go, come on.
All right, let's book it, man.
Just watch that first step, okay?
Okay.
You're really starting to burn me up.
Well, Dad, the beach
It's over here.
Oh, this way.
It's over here.
It's this way, man.
It's over here.
Okay.
What's that?
It's down here.
I told you it was over here. Hey, what's going on?
Man, she really kicked butt.
Hey, no buts about it. We gotta get out of here. We gotta find Graves. Come on, let's go.
I'm going. Look out.
They talk in like a jive talk. Yeah. It's like a black jive community, like way of talking. Yeah. And it's really annoying. Yeah. And it doesn't fit their characters. It's like, what if we made them sound like inner city, like character, like urban hood Ghoulies? Yeah. It's like, but they're from like another dimension. Why would they talk like that? And it's just annoying, and they're not funny, and they don't shut up. They're constantly saying shit, trying to be funny.
Yeah, and you lose the connection to the previous Ghoulies. Like, I know that every entry is going to have a little bit of a different variety to the Ghoulies, but they always at least maintain like the core three. Like you had the fish Ghoulie, you had the rat Ghoulie, and I think there was like the other one.
There's the flying one, the bat Ghoulie.
Right. This one, they're just completely different.
There's actually there's also, I think, a cat Ghoulie kind of. Yeah.
Right. These ones is just, if you put them side by side, you would not think that they were both from the same franchise.
Well, that's also because of how they look.
Yeah.
Because so the production team could not afford the puppets.
Yeah.
So instead, they just dressed up little people in horrible costumes.
Yeah.
They're horrible.
They're wearing masks, but then when they talk, the mouths don't move.
The mouths don't move.
It's,
the masks have no articulation.
Yep.
They look like cheap costume shop masks. And they reminded me more, and actually I think this maybe was the way to go. Remember the little people from part 1?
Yeah, right.
Were they Ghoulies?
Well, that's what I was asking, right?
Like, I know you, yeah.
But at least...
So maybe, no, but I'm saying maybe that's... If you couldn't afford the puppet Ghoulies, maybe just go with the little medieval guys.
Yeah, they're kind of like knights or something. They look like
go with the little medieval dudes.
Yeah.
Like that. I think that would have worked a lot better.
I mean, especially since you're clearly trying to create connections to the first one. And I mean, no one's... what you ended up going with was not recognizable in any, sense, right? So you could have just gone with the ones from the first one and had just as much of a connection as you ended up having with these ones, which was no connection at all. Yeah. Terrible choice.
Yeah, and something interesting about the Ghoulies, I don't know if you caught this, the Ghoulies do not interact with a single member of the cast at any point in the entire film.
Good.
Like, did you catch it? Like, they're basically in their own movie.
Yep.
Literally, and not till the very end of the movie, when they're trying to fight Faust and stop the ritual, do the Ghoulies show up and have any interaction. And their interaction amounts to they show up and they hand the jewel to Kate, who somehow knows how to use it, and that opens a portal which sucks up Alexandra, and then the Ghoulies just jump in and vanish from the film.
Yep. Yeah, I was trying to think about it after I finished watching it. I'm like, so what was the purpose of them? What were they? What was their motivation? What were they? All I could come up with was they just happened to get pulled through the gate they were, and then
they're just trying to go home.
Then they're just trying to hang around until
they're trying to go home.
Yep.
But here's my question. Why not write it that they team up with their former master?
Yeah, do something connected to the plot.
Like, why not do that? Instead, they literally interact with no one until the last shot of the movie.
Yeah.
And then, did you catch the stupid stinger? They reappear.
Yeah.
And they break the fourth wall, and they're like, hey, folks, hope you like the movie. Look out for Ghoulies IV, Part 2.
So long, folks. The present is equal. Ghoulies 4. Part 2. Yes. Hey, swap time. Let's book it.
Woo! Then they jump back into the... Yeah.
The fuck was that? Also, what do you mean Ghoulies 4 Part 2? It's not a movie title.
Ghoulies 5.
Yeah, Ghoulies 5. Yeah, Ghoulies 5 go to university or something. Like, well, it would have to be a different genre.
Western.
Go to the Old West.
Yeah.
Go to the Old West. Yeah. Or maybe it's a documentary. Maybe it's a political thriller.
Oh, there you go.
Ghoulies go to the White House.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
That's not as stupid as, yeah. Stupider creatures have inhabited that building.
That's right. Yeah. Oh! And there you have
it. I might cut that.
All of our viewers in the South.
What else do I got to say? Oh, I have one last point I want to say about Ghoulies 4.
Yep.
I'm going to give a lot of credit to Alexandra. At one point, because she keeps doing these rituals, right? She keeps trying to get Faust, which is just evil. So that's the other thing is I think the implication was that she fell in love with that version of John. Because for all intents and purposes, he's kind of evil John or whatever.
Yeah, and we haven't really touched on that. That they
it's revealed in like the last second.
Yeah, they're and maybe we haven't even
they're
said
yin and yang. No, I did say it. I said it in the plot. Yeah,
they're the same actor, same character. They're just sort
Faust is Peter Liapis.
Yeah, they're like different sides of the same coin of the same person,
Yep.
but one version of them is out in the real world and the other one's stuck in this alternate dimension
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
And Alexander fell in love with that version of
Right.
John. Yeah.
Right.
He calls him Faust for some reason. So when she does one of the rituals, at one point, she does it in like an alley.
Yep.
And she grabs a few homeless people and uses them as sacrifices for her ritual. Yet another good use of the street urchins that plague our streets in modern society. I think this is a great idea. I respect Alexandra's, I respect her move here. I just think it was a great idea. I respect resourcefulness. That's what I'm looking for. It was very resourceful.
The thoughts of Justin Ashley do not reflect the opinions of those of Slash Cinema Incorporated.
Might as well just start sacrificing them for satanic rituals. Why not?
I feel bad for our homeless community and wish them well.
I'm cutting that. That's definitely not being used. Anything else? Are we done? Have we talked? We said all there is to be said about.
Would you recommend people watch this one?
I would recommend people watch. Okay, I picked this because I wanted to have fun.
Yep.
I had fun.
Yep. Yeah.
Skip 1. Watch 2, 3, and 4. Watch 2, 3, and 4.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Skip 1. 1 doesn't set up any. It's not like 1 has some formula that they all follow.
Yeah.
They all have their own kind of thing, anyways. Just skip 1. Have fun with 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna have fun with them for varying reasons.
Yep.
They're fun. None of them are high art. They're not insultingly bad. They're fun bad enough.
Yeah.
None of them are amazing. There's not one of these that I would say you need to own, but I would say watch them for fun.
Yep.
For sure. Yeah. They're a good time.
Yep.
Yeah. Ghoulies, buddy.
It was exactly what we needed.
It was
Yep.
just, I just needed a breath of fresh air. I
Yep.
needed something light and easy to consume. So thank you, Charles Band.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's do our rankings here. I will kick it off. Starting from my worst, going to my best. At number 4, I have the original 1984/85 Ghoulies. Number 3, Ghoulies 4. Number 2, Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College. And my number 1, Ghoulies 2.
Yep.
Mark,
Yeah.
your rankings, please.
Starting at number 4, I have Ghoulies 2 from 1987. Number 3, the original 1984-85 entry, Ghoulies. At number 2, Ghoulies 4 from 94. And then rounding it out, Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College from 1991.
Oh, I just realized we didn't have a crossover this episode.
No.
we didn't have a crossover.
Even with only 4.
I know,
you
with
would
only
think
4,
that
we
we'd
couldn't
have
make
to,
it happen.
but no.
Yeah. Well, you fucked up again, Skews.
That's it.
That's it.
Those million hot takes, right?
Yeah, you could have fixed. I
Yep.
mean, me gushing about 2, you should have just been like,
Yes. You know what? I'm going to go in there and change it right now. Yeah.
it's making some good points. It's fine. Mark Skews, what is your favorite and least favorite Ghoulie and or Ghoulie group in the entire franchise? This is the best and worst Ghoulies. Let's start with the best. What do you got, Mark?
So, again, we have 2 answers to these questions, individual and then group. Individual, my favorite one was probably this one. The puppet Ghoulie from number 1.
Which feels out of place with all the other Ghoulies. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Only because it's the only one in the entire franchise that seemed to legitimately be played for horror.
Yes.
It kind of creates a bit of a tension moment. He's stalking a female in her room, and he's a Ghoulie wearing this costume, but then he emerges through the costume by almost like sort of pulling the face apart, and kind of looks like Godzilla when he's done. By no means is it great, but just compared to some of the other, trash Ghoulies in this franchise, it was the only time that I felt like they actually really tried. So I'll give you that. For my favorite Ghoulies group, would have to be the Ghoulies from number 2.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Same thing. Okay, so you do agree with me that the Ghoulie, the second group that's the class.
If you like the Ghoulies, they are the best example
Yeah,
of it.
the Ghoulies is the part 2 class. Yeah, I agree. So it's interesting with this franchise because there are very different versions of the Ghoulies.
Yeah.
So I really had to think about like, that becomes the question. What do you want them to do? What do you want them to look like? Do you want them to talk, not talk?
Yep.
So in Ghoulies 1, they're kind of like pets.
Yep.
They don't really do much. They're just John's little demonic pets. They kind of just hang around the cult. They can kill people if they want them to kill people, but they don't really have any active goals.
Basically just like little familiars.
Yeah, little familiars.
Yeah.
In 2, they're like demonic little troublemakers.
Yeah. They have a little bit more agency.
A little more agency. In 3, that gets cranked up even more, and the Ghoulies basically just want to party.
Yeah.
We didn't really say that too much, like what the Ghoulies were trying to accomplish. It's like the entire movie, they're basically just trying to get fucked up and have a good time.
Yeah.
Like they're just trying to, they're doing what they did in 2 even more. 4, they just want to go home.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not looking to have a good time. They're not partying. They're not trying to kill anyone. They're basically just trying to go home.
Yeah.
Which is boring. So without a doubt, my favorite group of Ghoulies is part 2. I agree with you. The moment when the 2 Ghoulies high five in front of a crowd of people who cheer them on will forever be burned into my brain. Why do they do this?
How do they know to do this?
How do they know to do this? Fuck you, Ghoulies 2. That's why. Then the filmmakers knew. They're like, oh, this is just hilarious. Let's do this. And the way they shoot it, it's like I gotta zoom and it's like, like it is awesome. Like they knew what they were doing when they put that in, right?
I'll say a runner-up to that from that same movie is there's a couple making out and this one ghoulie vomits on the 2 of them. And and
they get stuck.
That's right. The sheer quantity of vomit that they decide to use for this scene. I remember watching it. I'm like, oh, the actors, when they decided to take these roles, there's no way they knew that they were going to be absolutely covered in this stuff. Good choice.
So I like the Ghoulies best when they're just little shit disturbers and troublemakers. Demonic creatures from some other realm they don't have a specific purpose other than to follow the commands of whoever summoned them.
Yeah.
Which in 2 is actually explained. So this is part of the reason they have more agency in 2. Who summoned them in 2? You never actually find out.
They're already there.
They're already there. So in 2, that's why they work better in 2. In 1, they're just like at the mercy of whoever summoned them.
Yeah.
Same thing in 3, they're kind of still at that guy's beck and call, right? In 2, the guy who summoned them, we don't see.
Yeah.
Because it opens with a guy kidnapping the Ghoulies from the cult. So the actual cult guy who is their master, you don't know.
Yeah.
We don't see that guy. So the Ghoulies are just kind of free to do whatever the fuck they want in 2. And that makes for so many fun fucking moments. The Ghoulies look better in 2. They are played more for laughs. They figured out that this is more of a winning formula. The Ghoulies in 2 act like the Gremlins more, and that's why they work so much better for me. Is that it strikes a balance between they're still horror, but they're still very goofy, and it works for me. And I like the fact that they're not beholden to anyone. I like them best when they're just little shit disturbers running around causing havoc.
Yeah.
You know, and giving them the environment of a carnival to just run wild, perfect.
Yeah.
So, Ghoulies 2. That's my pick. The Ghoulies are let loose in 2, and I think it works the best.
Just works for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mark, do you want me to say my worst first, or did you already?
I think we have the
same.
I think we're going to agree. Yeah.
You're doing 3 or 4? Okay, yeah, I only saw the 3 fingers. Ghoulies 4.
Yeah.
Those aren't Ghoulies. Like that. So that's actually my first thing here. So it was actually a bit of a toss up for me. So it was going to be 3 or 4 without a doubt, because shut the fuck up, Ghoulies. Stop talking. If you're going to make them talk, make them not annoying. And they're so annoying in both.
With the chili fries! Guys, I'm really gonna be sick.
I'm wrong, it's here. No, sorry, it's this way. Oops, my mistake. What'd you find? What'd you find?
Oh, check it out. The jewel.
Oh, gimme.
Never gets, except this time.
Oh, I got big plans for this thing.
So long, folks. The present is sequel, Ghoulies IV.
Part 2.
Yes.
Hey, swan
Woo,
time.
let's book it.
So I kind of had to pick which ghoulie was more annoying. Like, they're both talking. They both won't shut the fuck up. And both of them do a shit job of them talking. Both films ruined that version of them. In part 3, they never shut up and it's just noise. Part 4, they talk less, but they have annoying voices and talk in this stupid jive speak that doesn't fit their demon personas. Like, it doesn't really work that they would be talking like this. But ultimately, I'm going to go with part 4 because they are essentially pointless in 3 and 4, but they're really pointless in 4. They have zero interactions with the main cast. They serve no purpose to the plot other than padding out the runtime with scenes of them doing things. And the biggest sin is they're debatably not even real ghoulies.
Yeah, the design is, we've never seen anything like this. Like, whether you like the ghoulies or not, at least having recognizable ghoulies from, because even the ones in part 1 compared to, like, say, part 3, where they definitely had a little bit more money or whatever.
Yeah,
you can still tell which one's which.
In 3, they were bigger.
Yeah.
They beefed them up a bit. They weren't as small. Because in Ghoulies 1, they're all only like a foot. Yeah, they're like a foot tall.
Yeah.
And then in Ghoulies 2, they made them like just a little bit bigger. But then in Ghoulies 3, they're even bigger than that.
Yeah.
So,
but they're all recognizable.
They're recognizable for the designs. Here's the thing. I don't care if you'd made them other demonic, like you could have done a demon dog, a demon, whatever. I don't mind that because it's fucking Ghoulies. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Just do cool monster designs, but do cool monster designs.
Yeah.
These aren't monster designs. These are just dudes in Halloween costumes. And let me ask you this. How did they get away with this? Because, like, why did they think they could do this for Ghoulies 4? What made them think, oh, well, it's close enough. Little people in Halloween masks, the little demon masks.
Well, didn't this franchise go through an ownership change? Like after number 2, I think Charles Band lost it, right? Didn't he?
I'm not talking about the behind the scenes production crap. I'm just saying, trying to put my mind into the mind of the filmmakers here, right? Where they're like, we don't have money to do the animatronics, but we got to do something. Let me ask you this. If they tried to do this in Gremlins 3, would it work?
You get raked over the coals for something like that.
Right. If they tried to do this in Critters, would it work? Could you have little people dressed as critters?
I don't know. I haven't seen Critters, but
so
I'm going to guess no.
I think the only reason they thought they could get away with this is because in part 3, they talk. So it's not that far-fetched that it's like, oh, well, it's just
now
a
they're
guy.
more like humanoid.
Right.
Like, you know.
So I think that's the only reason they thought they could get away with it is them talking in 3, which just further proves my point of like, that was a misstep, having them talk. They mishandled it.
Yep.
Because you would never get away with, and the Gremlins can talk, but I like the way they talk. See, the Gremlins, so do the Critters, by the way.
Yeah.
But they just say words.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Gizmo. And like they'll say the odd random, that's fun. Do that.
Yep.
But don't have them like, wow, here we go. Wow, look at that. Oh, bonk on the head. Wow, oh, down the drain. Like, shut the fuck up. Stop talking.
Yep.
Or like, hey, sister, oh, we gotta find that portal. Oh, yeah, what's going on here? Oh, Faust, oh, that.
I gotta get out of here.
Hey, folks, I'll see you in Ghoulies 4, part 2.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't work. And that's why I think they thought they could get away with it. So these aren't Ghoulies.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it boils down to.
Again, I like the fact that it bothers you so much.
They're not animatronics. like if you couldn't, and that if you can't do animatronics, and it was obviously it's early 90s. They weren't going to do CG.
Yeah.
I would have rather CG because they would have still been creatures at least. Dudes in costumes for creature replacement is a wild like choice. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. Just
don't do it.
I want to see, and I'm not doing this. I'm not volunteering to do this because it's too much mark. I want to see a cut of Ghoulies 3 and 4 without the Ghoulies.
Yeah.
I want to see that movie.
I mean, that's a popular thing now, right? Going back and editing
movies. So challenge to whoever this might fall on, whoever might hear or see this. I want you to upload a cut of Ghoulies 3 and 4 sans Ghoulies.
Yep.
And I don't know what to call it. Call it the /cinema cut. or the no Ghoulies cut. Sure, Ghoulies free
slash
cut.
cut, yeah.
The slash cut. Yeah, but yeah, I would like to see those movies just without that shit. Yeah, because I think they're fun. That could be really fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make it so, faithful viewer.
It's not gonna happen.
No, nobody's ever gonna.
I mean, Fiona Dorff still hasn't reached out to me. My audience.
That is gonna happen.
My audience has not harassed her at all, from what I'm told. So, guys, get on that. Message, comment on all of Fiona Dorff's socials, and say, reach out to Slash Cinema, specifically Justin. He wants to take you out on a nice date. She's age appropriate for me, which is fantastic. You know, we're right around the same age group. Actually, she might be even a little bit older. She might be closer to you. So the more I think about it, this might not be the ideal match that I'm thinking, but it probably is. I think she's more in my older age category. You know, I'm getting close to the late 30s now. You know, Mark obviously getting onto the senior side of
geriatric days of my life.
Yes, yeah. These are golden years.
Sure.
These are terms that are now becoming regular use for you, obviously, but I'm not far off from you.
I'm checking a different box on all of my forms.
On the
now.
government forms?
Yep.
Yeah, because they have, it's like,
18
0
to 34.
Yeah, it's like 0 to 34, and then it's like, useful to not useful, and that's
correct.
Anyways, that's Ghoulies. I'm glad we did it. This was a nice little pause.
Yep.
Mark, you've chosen an interesting one for us next. I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to watch most of these, but
I feel like next time we're gonna get back to business.
I feel like we're going to subvert everyone's expectations and show them something that they would have never thought was going to happen on this show.
Really? I don't think that's true. I think it's exactly what we do on the show.
Why couldn't you just leave my stupid teaser in there that was a complete lie? Yeah. I feel like, guys, next episode, we're going to show you something you've never seen before.
I love
ever.
that you have all figured him out, by the way. Thank you very much for that. I love reading your comments where you're like, oh, he said this, so it's clearly going to be...
Yeah. Oh, Justin left a hint. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah. Well, whatever. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Did you see the poll I posted about do more people listen or watch, by the way?
Yeah, what were the final numbers on that?
Oh, it's majority. I think it was like 90%. I mean, I did the poll on YouTube. You can't take a poll on Spotify, but just so you know, there is an audio only version of this show on Spotify and anywhere podcasts are streamed. You can look up Slash Cinema. You will find us on there. So if you want a more convenient, when you're driving, you just want to listen to the audio only, you have that option.
Yep.
I personally think the definitive way to consume this content is with the YouTube video, where we insert clips and you can see all the things, right? It's just
you can't see the Slash Cinema desk.
No, you can't see the stupid costumes I'm wearing or the shirt Mark's wearing or the facial expressions we're making. You just can't. It's not the full experience. Yep. And obviously our audience agrees because the vote was like 90%. Said they watched the show on YouTube, and only like 10% said. I think 10% said they use both.
Yep.
Because you can. I do both actually. Sometimes I just like if I'm really doing something I can't look at the screen, I'll just have my earbuds in, listening to the podcast. Right. So yes, I listen to our own show.
Yep.
I mean, I like our show. It's fun to re-listen to. It's fun hearing old arguments from like 10 episodes ago.
Yep. What was the percentage of people that don't watch or listen? That's
that's like 99% of YouTube.
Yes, it does. Have no interest whatsoever.
So if you would like to support the show, keep doing what you're doing. Watch, listen, comment, subscribe. That helps us get found in the algorithms. We're doing not bad though. This is Slash Cinema year 4.
I can't remember when we started this.
Is Slash Cinema year 3. And I'm pretty sure it's year 4. Yeah. Slash Cinema year 4, and we're slowly building up a decent audience now. Not bad. We just cracked 1,400 subscribers.
Oof. There you go.
1,400. Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know if I've ever said this on the show. Do you remember the number I said my ultimate goal was?
No.
My ultimate goal is I would like to hit 10,000 subscribers.
Okay.
To me, that would be the mark of success for the channel, where I think that's a very reasonable ask. I'm not asking for 100,000. I'm not asking for millions of subscribers. I'm not trying to get rich off this. I love doing this.
Yep.
We obviously don't do this for the money. We don't make any fucking money.
Yeah.
But I think 10,000 is enough of an audience where we would have a bit of a recognizable voice on YouTube. You know, we'd get a little more recognition from some of our other fellow horror YouTubers,
Yep.
you know? So that was always the number I had in my head, was 10,000. I'd like to hit 10,000. I think that would be a really solid audience that we could consistently, it's not too big, you know, where the ego goes to our heads and then we sell out and just start doing ads for, you know, dick creams and boner pills and all that shit. So like, and BetterHelp or whatever the crap. Yeah, Dr. Squatch, BetterHelp and, you know, stupid
meal prep services.
Stupid mobile games that nobody wants to play. So like, we won't get too big for our britches, but it makes us big enough that, you know, we have just a little bit of clout on the internet.
Yep.
You know, a little bit of clout on YouTube would be nice. And also we get that much more comments because we love your comments.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we read them all and I usually interact with them all too. So I'm always, you know, trying to give a response and I think about the responses too, but
we will be back.
Nope.
Nope.
That's
We're
done.
done.
What if it ended with Ghoulies?
Yeah, that was it.
What if Ghoulies is where it ended?
Yep.
That was the last you heard of us.
For whatever reason.
For whatever reason. It just never worked out after.
I'd be happy with that.
Ghoulies is the one we go out on. That's the one. Yeah. Okay. Slash Cinema is done for now, but don't fret, because as always, we will return.